You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog balls confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still lights of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
I'm talking about shout it going crazy. People going crazy in these motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it's nothing. Nothing. Got a woman on the bed. Man made the car. Man made the electrolyte. Figures out of the door. Man made the boat for the water. Like the seven no meter. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. Make them happy because man makes them strong. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world.
Like you got all kinds of background noise. Greetings. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Front Line Blacc News. This is actually Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced in conjunction with the Front Line Blacc News. We will be discussing the incoming Trump regime on Monday, January 20th, 2024, the jump as a human Chit. And we want to make that perfectly clear. Shabaka, you got it.
Okay, is the background noise gone now?
Sound like it's gone now.
Okay.
We want to make that perfectly clear. Donald J. Trump will be sworn in again as the 47th President of the United States. Also, January 20th is the annual Martin Luther King Jr. Day in Marrade, which should FBA-DOAS-FREEDMAN and people of African descent or people of the African Diaspora be concerned about with the new Trump regime. Michelle Obama has said she will not be attending the inauguration along with Democrats. Please tap into the discussion on YouTube, Frontline Blacc News. Make sure to share this program out and like and subscribe to the Frontline Blacc News, the Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube, and Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced on Facebook and Twitter. And I am your host, Chain Kruma. We're joined with our co-executive producer of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced and founder of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, Shabaka himself. Greetings, Shabaka, from a high income and illegal migrant flooded city, soon to be deported city.
All right, and greetings from Sin City out here in the middle of the desert, you know, and hey, Mac 285, thank you for joining us. Okay, update of what's happening in Altadena. Okay, they are giving food distribution. They are distributing water, you know, to the people right there that I'm seeing on mainstream media. I'm not going to give them no free advertisement, because if mainstream media wants us to mention them, they're going to have to pay us. Okay, and that's real. Okay, also, too, I got an unconfirmed report, okay, from social media, is that Azania is sending over a detachment of firefighters as well, too. And then I saw on social media that they were either in transition, I think they were in Canada, you know, getting ready to head out there to LAX. And then, of course, as you do know, when our ancestors on the continent would sing, they were communicating with the ancestors for divine guidance. And keep in mind is that Azania is below the equator, so as it is winter here, it is summer there. Okay, and then two is that they busting looters, and then they're saying is they even got looters posing as firefighters and all this old type of crap. Okay, the fire has spread into Ventura County. Okay, there's all this guesstimation, speculation about, well, with the winds being so high, is that the planes are grounded on the super scoops who've been going out there to the Pacific, which is less than 1 mile from the actual fire scene itself, you see what I'm saying, to resume dropping the water. They are making Karen Bass in Los Angeles as a scapegoat, is because the mayor of Los Angeles pretty much has very, very little to no executive power as far as directing the city departments. Out there, the various city departments, fire department, police department, street maintenance, Department of Water and Power, they have commissioners who do the pretty much, you know, the operational decisions of the function of the various city departments. So we want the general public to understand that Gruesome Newsom, he's out there grandstanding, you know what I'm saying? He's probably going back to Napa Valley to go drink some more of his wine. Hopefully he'll drink the rot gut up, you know what I mean? And later for him, and then the dump regime, okay, they'd be in power in less than 6 days. Okay, so therefore, so expect everything to go haywire. Now, they say here they got burglars dressed as firemen arrested after being in LA homes for looting. Now, if that individual
after breaking into LA homes.
Okay. Okay, they say he's breaking in, but I'm just saying is, you know, but I do think that he's flagged as a firefighter, but in the event that he is a real firefighter and they pull this shit on him, guess what? He ain't got to worry about another day of working his life, man. If he's a looter, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when you go up there, that's a sense of robbery, you know, plus home invasion, plus doing this here in the event of an emergency and whatnot. You say, so I see Lady Che is in the house. Greetings to you there, Lady Che. Lady Che. Okay, I see her icon up there. Okay. All righty. Okay, so hopefully, you know, everybody's doing well out there, but they are damn sure doing a lot of politicking with this as I'm looking on mainstream media. Now, with me, I'm looking at what's being said, but I'm also looking at what's not being said. You understand? So I believe, Brother Chair, our chat room is open. Okay, so please comment. And I did share the link that you authorized me to, you know, to certain individuals. So hopefully, you know, they'll come on in and pipe on in. And then, of course, as we do know, tomorrow is Dr. King's birthday. You see what I mean? And then California, like I said, you know, they're up here playing politics with this, you say, and that's extremely bad, you say. Now, Twin, do you have any reports of South Africa, sir, sending firefighters to Los Angeles? And if so, please drop some knowledge on there, because if they are, we damn sure the city of Los Angeles should be kissing their ass. You know what I mean? It's because during the apartheid, I believe California was one of the last states to condemn it when they had the South African Krugerrands that they had wanted everybody to invest in when de Klerk was the last white supremacist president they had of Azania. Brother Che. Brother Che?
Yeah, I'm here, Shabaka.
Yeah, okay. So what are your thoughts on that in regard to South Africa, if it's true, of sending firefighters halfway across the world and from below the equator to go to Los Angeles to save it?
I just pulled it up, Shabaka, and it's false. So that's my thought.
All right. Okay, it's false. Okay, all right. There's nothing wrong with fact checking. Okay, all right. So it's false. All right. Okay. So once again, you know, in this era of information, or I should say the era of disinformation, okay, there's going to be a whole lot of shit out there, you know, particularly when it comes to our people's history, because as we know, Black History Month is starting in about 2 weeks for February. And also too, definitely wish Dr. King a happy birthday posthumously. Also, too, in 3 days, the former heavyweight champion's birthday is coming up. Wish him as well too. And Ali would have been 100 minus 17. Mr. Ali would have been 83 years old. So, you know, may he rest in power, you know what I'm saying? And what have you. Okay. All righty. And so I did share the link to 2 other people that and they yet to come on. All righty. So a massive firefighting effort offered by teams from across the Western U.S. and neighboring countries to fight the flames will offer aid from around the world. Okay, the post claiming to show South African firefighters coming to aid the fight are falsely sharing unrelated footage. Okay, all righty. Okay. All right. You know, it was far-fetched. Okay. So it was probably AI generated. So that's the problem with this goddamn artificial intelligence, you see, is because the fucking computers are going to be operating themselves, you say. And then if you can go to the clip right there, yeah, that was it. That there was a clip that I saw right there. And they had it on PewTube. Interesting.
Yeah, as you can see, this is not the same thing at all. This is from 2023.
From 2023.
And it was coming to fight wildfires in Canada.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah, that is bad. Okay. All righty. Well, I'm glad they're still in the Zania, you know what I'm saying? Because we as diasporic Africans, we don't owe white America shit. They owe us.
Everybody owe us something, including those in the diaspora. Ain't none of them coming to our relief, Shabaka. You brought up South Africa. We was the ones that was championing for South Africa to get free. Not them. It wasn't over here championing for us to get free. They damn sure wasn't over here caping for our struggles and our issues over here. That's why we're saying like it's not being reciprocated. So diaspora stuff, but these people in the diaspora is not reciprocating. None of the stuff.
That's European influence, you see, rather through the media, educational system, a combination of all. They say, you know, they keeping us separate and divided. You know, pretty much, man, like the Willie Lynch doctrine, Brother Che.
Divided. I mean, the Willie Lynch doctrine is true, but some people are saying that's not even true. Like, we don't even know it anymore. And then we say that we've been lied to, but we still believe that lies.
Well, let's look at the lies what the Europeans is telling us. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at their Tuskegee experiment.
Those are the ones, the Europeans is the ones that told us we was all from Africa. We all came from Africa, and we need to go back to Africa. That's what the Europeans told us. That's what they taught us. They told us. And then we say that we've been lied to, but we still believe the lies.
Okay, but me personally, I cannot see no biological relation between cave dwellers and ourselves, because they even did that with the so-called DNA. Then you get self-hating Negroes like Skip the Truth Gates, Tommy Sotomayor's, Larry Elders.
The problem right there. People are so focused on DNA. DNA does not tell you what your lineage is. It tells you what your genealogy is. It don't tell you what your lineage is. There's a difference between the two.
Well, and then of course you got these house Negroes who want to be so much related to their rape and slave trade and pedophile masters. It's incredible. But, you know, it is what it is.
Those are the ones that's claiming that they Black Irish, that they Black this, and European. Those are the ones you're talking about. The ones that's actually acknowledging that we were already here before transatlantic slave trade, that's not the same thing. It's like a completely different thing.
Well, as we discussed before, Brother Parrish, you know, there's on my notes and in my books, man, I see too many missing links, but I respect your knowledge. I respect your education. I respect your insight. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm saying, it's just off of the research that I've done, and this is just me personally, I see too many missing links. You know what I mean? The C curve, you know, that we have talked about. Let's say, and then on top of it, okay, now let me ask this question. Okay.
I got to go on mute, so it's going to echo because we're in the same room.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so as I was saying is, if these cave dwellers are so much of our relatives, why ain't they pushing for reparations for us? Because they're not. They hate us. They despise us. You know what I mean? And I just find it very, very hypocritical that the raping white slave trading pedophile will want to go up here and have sex with Black women, and then at the same token, turn around and call her a savage. I mean, it's just incredible. You know, all of this here is hypocrisy. You see what I mean? And I don't know if we got access to a chat room or not. That there is on Brother Chit, because he's in the Denver studio dealing with that. Yeah, go ahead, Lady Che.
Well, all right. First, thank you, Jesse, for clearing that one matter up about DNA and lineage and genealogy. Man, that was a burning question on my mind for the last week or so. Thanks for clearing that up. The other thing is look, of course, South Africa is not going to send anybody over here to fight fires. That's crazy. What's crazy is that Ukraine volunteered to do it. That's what we should be talking about. Secondly, I don't know why it's it's something that it bothers you. The European has been lying to us since we were given to them for slavery. So they've been lying and telling us whatever.
Okay, specify given to them since slavery, ma'am.
Africans, or we were in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And the ones who got, okay, wait a minute. You talking about the Africans who supposedly gave us to the Europeans, the ones that was captured as slaves too as the market grew, right?
Some, yeah.
Okay, all righty. Okay, please continue.
Let's just say this, that they've been lying to us for fucking ever and a day. We've been conditioned and programmed to believe all their motherfucking lies. And so these questions that we're having now are not really even our questions. They're just questions. And they're not really going to be answered. The answer is not for them. We're supposed to be doing our own thing. We shouldn't even be wondering what they think. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be doing
I agree with you on that there, Lady Che. I've been saying that for the last 10 fucking years here on social media. Why do we need any type of European validation, period?
I don't know. What I'm saying? That's a question you should ask.
Yeah, hold on. I'm smoking and I got a call. One habit I'm sorry I picked up.
We shouldn't be having these conversations about what they think or what lies they told, what they didn't lie about. None of that shit is important. Like all these little basic little arguments y'all be having these last couple of days are really not important.
Yes and no, Lady Che. The subject matter what we're talking about is very important, but however, I do agree with you that we should not be arguing amongst ourselves.
What's important?
Our lineage.
Well, yeah.
And acknowledging our lineage.
Okay, Shabaka.
You know that the European told us that we all came from Africa.
Hey, look, Matt Burns, don't be disrespecting Shabaka in here, okay?
Yeah, we don't have.
That's our family. We're having a little discussion amongst family. So
wait a minute, who's disrespecting me? Put them up there. Send them a link. Let them come on. Let's argue.
Yeah, if you want to get up and argue with
knowledge of, hey, Matt Burns, why don't you go get fucked in your ass? How about that, sucker, youngster?
Look, check it out. We discuss things amongst family. I don't know how many times I gotta express that to y'all. When you come in here, trolls, we discussing things with our family member. All right, Shabaka's family. We're not fighting. We're having an amicable discussion.
Right, and we disagree agreeably. Okay.
Right. So now, that's our family.
Okay.
Yeah, back your tracks up, Mr. Burns.
Yeah, hey, twin, I know, man. I know, twin, this shit does get crazy at times, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now let's ask this question. Question here.
The S curve is a black woman thing.
The C curve, Lady J.
From the beautiful black women of Africa and our beautiful ancestors, and anyone with a real natural S curve is more than likely a figure, okay? Has some black lineage in them. Now, that's not everybody. You see these Miss 6 o'clock Becky's trying to get a body like a sister. And it's fake.
Like Fredericks of Hollywood.
Real.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah.
I got an old curve. I've had one since I was old enough to become a woman.
Okay, but Lady Che, I know you're familiar with Fredericks of Hollywood up there in Hollywood, on Hollywood, right?
I hope that place burned down. I really do. I really hope that.
Yes, Lady Che, I agree with you on that. Then also too, is that I spoke to some family members of the one and only, our original host and co-producer. Okay, they did take a couple of losses, so of course we wish them well in it. Okay, but the good news is that they are dispersing, repeat, fresh water to the victims of the fire. Is because I just saw it there on Cartoon News Network out there in Altadena. I mean, they got pallet loads of water out there and they dispersing them. You know what I mean? Now, if they're rationing it, I don't know. But at least they are getting some fresh water, and that water in LA County and LA City is probably going to be contaminated, I hate to say, for about the next 5 years. So therefore, Brother Che, y'all got to get some more snowpacks up there, man, to fill up the Colorado River so LA can steal some more of your water.
I hope we have a drought and all the water dries up. You don't get nothing. It's like, let me stop.
Oh, man.
No, I don't pray for that because I'm from California, so I can't pray on that. I was born in California.
No, but Lady Che, but check on your loved ones out there.
List too. I don't want that.
But check on your loved ones out there, is because what is happening is that the storm sewage is mixing with the water systems. And then I'm going to say it again in case those who don't understand LA politics. Let's be clear about something. Karen Bass is a figurehead, okay? She has no fucking control over the city departments. The city departments in Los Angeles have commissions. They are the movers and shakers. The fire department, the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. Go ahead.
Don't you think that she should have at least acknowledged something instead of looking like a fucking mute? I mean, don't you think she should have at least said something? They got her in 2 times where she just said nothing. And absolutely not a word. It's what?
Okay. I think now on that there, Lady Che, if she was the mayor of San Francisco or the mayor of Oakland, okay, where the mayor there directs the city departments, okay, but she did the right thing considering her position. Well, she has no power over the city department, so she did the right thing to ignore the press, okay? Now, you got a lot of these goddamn white supremacists out here talking about that we as diasporic Africans, as I define them, FBA, as Brother Che and yourself and Dr. Barnes defined them, okay? We should not be going up there with that Tim Scott house nigger syndrome and Uncle Remus with zippity doo-dah day and all that old shit. Now, don't get me wrong. With me knowing a couple of people out there that lost their homes, I know that they are devastated, okay? I know how they feel is because I've lost all my personal property at one time. You see what I mean? And it's not a good feeling. And it is an uphill battle, particularly when you deal with family heirlooms that cannot be replaced, photographed of loved ones who might have transitioned. You see what I'm saying? And that shit does hurt. It hurts real bad. And it's going to hurt you for a long time, if not for the rest of your life. You say, but yes, sir.
Does Karen Bass have control over the budget?
No, she doesn't.
So she doesn't approve the budget. She doesn't make recommendations to the budget. She don't do nothing with the budget. It's all the commission.
Yes, sir. That is a fact. Yes, sir. That is a fact. And then, of course, with her being a black politician, although I'm not a fan of Karen Bass's, okay, do let me say that. I'm not a fan of hers. But however, right is right. And I'm speaking of the knowledge that I had from living in Los Angeles for so many years. And I ain't going to say how many years, because y'all gonna say I'm an old ass motherfucker and going senile and shit. You know what I'm saying?
We just said
Which
that
I
regardless.
just might. Yeah, you know, but don't laugh, young lady. Live long enough, and you be old and decrepit. You know what I mean? So it is a tragedy, but the thing is I have spoken with family members and what have you, and people that I know. Los Angeles, that's the city of lost angels. Okay, once again. The city of lost angels, L-O-S-T, lost. Los Angeles and its politics and its imagery, Hollywood, you know, they try to normalize insanity. You see what I mean? Okay. And then from what I understand is that one of the movie studios might be in jeopardy, which I believe is Warner Brothers. And as I stated before, the original movie studios that you had in LA that came out with Hollywood is Warner Brothers, Paramount, and Universal. And of course, you know, Griffith Park. Yeah. D.W. Griffith. Yeah. You know, that made that derogatory silent film in 1915 called The Birth of a Nation, where they were showing the black congressional representatives in there being barefooted, looking like Tim Scott, eating raw chicken and all that old type of stuff. And it's very interesting about the history of this goddamn country is that they always want to make us caricatures like we did not contribute in the development of this country, which we did through forced labor. Okay. Then they always, to quote the words of Dr. Khalid Mohammed, they're always sending some half-baked, half-fried, bootlicking, ass-scratching nigga. And when he was on Phil Donahue, that Brother Che had showed recently, Phil Donahue said, is Jesse Jackson one of these half-baked, half-fried, bootlegging niggas? And what did Dr. Khalid said? To the utmost of his ability.
Well, here's the thing about Jesse Jackson, Shabaka. He brought us
Yes.
an American term.
Okay, hold on. Let me turn back some pages in the memory of my memory banks, what's left of it.
Why does our classification change every 20, 30 years?
Okay, well, as you said, Brother Che, with your brilliance and knowledge, because of the Voting Rights Act, that has to be, what's that? What did you tell me, man, that it has to be renewed every 20 years or researched every 20 years or revised every 20 years?
But that's not the question I'm asking, Shabaka. Why does our classification on the census change every 20 to 30 years?
Okay, because every 20, 30 years, as you know, man, that there's a new generation. So what they're trying to do is to dummy down our future generations simply because they don't want us to, how should I say, return some favors, if you know what I mean.
Talking
Okay,
about
I would.
Okay, so like this. So prior to Columbus coming over here, we were Indian, we were natives. Then we got changed to Negroes, well, niggas, Negroes, colored, Afro-American.
Yeah, colored folk, black, then Afro-American.
No, black. Well, Afro-American, then black, because my birth certificate says black. It don't say.
So does mine.
It don't say African. It don't say none of that. It says black.
Okay,
then,
hold on a second. Yeah, on my birth certificate, it says Negro. Yeah, because I was born before you, and Crook County had put down there Negro on my birth certificate.
And then in 88, old Messy Jesse brought us African American, which makes no sense. But there's no place called African American. That's not a nationality.
Well, okay. Well, this is why I use the term diasporic African, because diaspora means, as you know, spread out from the rape and slave trade and pedophiles of the African Holocaust, or the Ma'afa, as Dr. Marimba Ani describes it, which I feel, and this is just my opinion, which is a more accurate description, is because it is disaster so bad that it is beyond description. I mean, to quote the heavyweight champion, in Zaire, where he told these white reporters, no, we are not brothers. Brothers don't go out there and lynch their brothers and cut off their private parts and put it in their mouth. They don't do shit like what they did to Emmett Till, you see, and countless others. Is because me and a family member were discussing, and also too, Brother Che, there's a distinctive possibility I will be making a trip to the CHI this summer for a family reunion with our relatives from Alabama and what have you. Okay, but that's tentative, you know what I'm saying? Providing, of course, this old raggedy ass car I got decides not to break down, you know what I mean? And whatnot, you see, because I'm damn sure I'm not going back there unless I got my own personal transportation, because I'm not going to get caught up in the mean streets of Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And whatnot. And I told you about the crooked Chicago police officer I came across. Who knows? It might have been Sarge in his younger days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been Sarge. You know what? As I think about it, man, that motherfucker kind of sounded like Sarge too, man. I think it might have been Sarge. That some bitch gonna take my goddamn driver's license, man, and drive up the street from Auntie's house. And I had to walk a block and a half to go see this stupid motherfucker. Man, give me my goddamn driver's license. Well, man, I had to hold on to it because you from out of state, man, and all that shit. And Auntie told me is that fool was setting you up because he wanted you to drive in your car so he could pull you over again. You see what I'm saying? To say you driving without a driver's license. Crooked bastard. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so therefore, unfortunately, according to Brother Che, a very educated man who's very thorough in his work, saying that the South African firefighters to arrive in California is, in fact, false. Okay, so, but as I stated, they do got food and they got water out there for them, and they are dispersing it to the people, man. Who had lost their homes and what have you, and the people are devastated. You know what I'm saying? This shit, people, that's happening in California is apocalyptic, okay? Also, too, I'm just praying to God that an earthquake does not come and hit this shit. Now, how accurate have I been on my last 2 earthquake predictions, Brother Che? I'm at 100, right?
All your predictions, brother.
Yeah, so I'm praying to God a quake does not hit there for the people's sake. And also, too, for all you assholes out there who think that we hate white people, okay, this just, we're proving your asses wrong as well, too. Yeah, say, just recognize the goddamn truth and we might can get beyond this, because I'm praying for everybody out there.
Never mind.
Because my ass could have been out there in that shit.
For some reason. There's no money on my card for some odd fucking reason.
Go check your bank statements. And that's another thing too, people. Double check your banks because they might got some fuckery going on with these damn cards.
Apparently.
Yeah, because I checked mine today twice and I'm still fucking broke. But at least it's accurate, They say, Shabaka, you a broke ass motherfucker. You was a broke motherfucker when you called in the last time. You're a broke motherfucker calling in this time, and you'll be a broke son bitch when you call in the next time. Okay, so that's accurate. You know what I mean? That's accurate, And then also, too, they saying they got some scandalous GoFundMe pages up. So for people, if you want to make a donation to those in Los Angeles, I suggest that you go there and hand it to them personally. Don't trust this debit card shit, And then, of course, too, okay, hey, Black, all power to the people. Okay, that's our man there, Dynamite.
Well, that's why we can't have supper tonight.
Yeah, that's dynamite. You know, click the link, dynamite. You know, because Brother Che did authorize me to give it to you, man. And please join us if you can. You know, okay.
Yes, sir. Black Power. Glad to be
Always.
here. Look for
All right,
Brother Pete. Look for Brother Pete too. He's trying.
all right, thank you, gentlemen, you know, for joining us. Brother Che, you know, he did authorize me to send you the link because Brother Che, he pretty
Thank
much
you, Brother
runs.
Shay.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
He pretty much runs our StreamYard, you know, so we're trying to build it up. Now, Lightning, okay. Brother Che
And Black
has it
Power
up there.
salute to everybody. Sister Lady Che, Brother Che, Brother Shabaka, all the listening audience, and all power to the people.
Absolutely. Now, Brother Lightning, okay, is that Brother Che just proved that the report that I spoke with you about earlier today of South Africa sending its firefighters to California is in fact false. Now, why would they would come up with this bullshit is beyond me, you know. And hey, win, lose, entertainment, we're doing all right. And then we had a couple of trolls, and we had to kick a troll out. You know what I'm saying? And we take great pleasure in doing that. You know what I mean? And then too, but you know what? Hey, you know what they ought to do, y'all, to help fight the fire? Send in them Google cars in there where they got those flame retardants yoked up, listening while I work out. Yes, sir, yoked up, stay in shape, protect yourself at all times, you know what I mean? And
them dumbbells.
Yeah, but they should send in the Google cars, okay, with the stuff, the flame retardants in it and stuff like that. And if they blow up, wouldn't that help put out the fire too, with the flame retardants in there, fellas? I'm just wondering. Or is that Black Power always? Yes, sir. Always. Yes, sir. Okay, so
Sound like a good idea, Shabaka.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then that damn governor, man, Newsom, man, he's a mess, man. You know, he's an absolute mess. And then also too, Lightning, that they using the mayor of Los Angeles as a scapegoat. And keep in mind is that she is just a figurehead. So she doesn't have the power over the city like they do in Denver, like they do in Chicago, like they do in the majority of the U.S. cities, is because the real power rests with the departmental commissions, like the Department of Water and Power Commission. You see what I'm saying? They should have went and stole more water from Colorado out of with the Hoover Dam. You see what I'm saying? What they should have done was drained all the water out of the Colorado River, stored the water, build pipes over the desert underground by any means necessary. You see what I'm saying? To help put the fires out right there. Colorado's full of water. Because, you know, you got that, what they call that, Brother Che, on those mountains, the Front Range and the Back Range, I think.
The Continental Divide, Shabaka.
Yeah. So they got plenty of water up there. There's plenty of snow up there. I froze about 3 or 4 winters back there when I was there, you see. So, you know, there's some underhanded skullduggery shit going on with this fire situation in Southern California, people. Is it insurance jobs? Or is it that the Almighty said, guess what? You know what? City of Los Angeles, I'm sick of your shit. Y'all piss me off, so let me just go on and show you who's boss. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of answers. We just don't know, folks. We just don't know. Comments, please.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
I can't believe Shabaka came in so hard for Karen Bass. That broad don't give a damn about our black asses, and she don't give a damn about the black people in Los Angeles.
No, Brother Che, I'm not caping for. I'm just saying is that's how the city charter is set up with the city of Los Angeles. That's all I'm saying. You see what I mean? Because one mayor, I'm glad that they don't have, man, who's no longer alive, man, who will really come up with some rhetorical shit as Uncle Tom Bradley. You know what I'm saying? Hell, they named part of LAX after Tom Bradley. He wasn't shit. And keep in mind that Tom Bradley was the first black lieutenant on the LAPD. And then him and Daryl Gates, they had issues is because Daryl Gates hated Bradley. And particularly when they forced his ass out of office, you know, and if Dr. Bay is available, you know, she's an attorney, she would have more knowledge on that than I would. Yes, it's because I'm gonna tell you something, people. As I'm getting up here in age, you youngsters is making me feel old. You know, but like I said, I feel I have a moral duty to pass on what was going on when I was in my youth, rather if we agree or disagree. And if we disagree, please let us disagree agreeably. You see what I'm saying? And what have you.
What are you doing? Something that we can hear everything you're doing.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay, hold on, people. I'm just going up here getting something to drink. You know what I mean? Yeah, sorry about the background noise and stuff like that. And then on top of it is that this situation that's going on out there in the next state over from me. You know, it just goes to show, Brother Che, as you had stated, and I have stated, that Lightning has stated, is that we got to be more self-sufficient people. You see what I'm saying? And then another small note, not as if, but in significance, Michelle Obama has announced that she is not going to the dump regimes, what do they call that? You know, the regime change. She's not going to the regime change. You know what I'm saying? On what have you. Now, how is that? Is that better now?
No, now I don't want to share with you because so fucking
ungrateful. How come you don't want to share what? Go ahead, share what you got.
No, I was over there ordering pizza because this motherfucker over here, he never wants to say thank you for anything. He always feels like he's entitled for shit. He's always acting like he's entitled for everything. And I'm like,
well, Lady Che, to quote an ancient African proverb, your spouse, your problem.
Exactly.
Right. See?
This ain't got nothing to do with him.
And so I was just like, look.
And I saw that in the movie Roots, when Roots had first came on back in 1977, where in the beginning, before Kente had got kidnapped.
They know what proper manners are in this world. Is just me. Proper manners are like, yes, ma'am, please, no, ma'am, please, thank you, no, thank you. You're welcome. No, you know what I mean? Yes. Those are like proper manners.
Good etiquette.
Right.
Yeah, they call that common courtesy.
Manners are. Like, he never had manners in his fucking life. No, you don't know how to say thank you. You don't know how to say you're welcome. You don't know how to say yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
Well, then you all need to go before Judge Mathis and Judge Judy, divorce court.
I don't know why she does this. It's like very.
Hey, where's the where the Ethiopian Islamic sister making the broadcast look pretty? Where's she at? Tell her she AWOL. She got to hurry up and get up in here.
I sent her the link.
Dynamite.
Now I'm not sure if y'all sending them links out right because I had to snatch it off of YouTube. You know.
What?
I don't have
okay.
I asked
hey, you know what? You know what, Dynamite? We got kicked off of Facebook.
We got kicked off of Facebook. I can't send stuff on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't do Facebook. I don't do Facebook. That's why I said send it to my phone.
Right, and that's what we did. Lightning
number, Dynamite. And
how give it one more shot. I got Brother Pete gonna come in with me.
Let me
We got background noise.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I got Brother Pete joining with me on this side, just so y'all know. Well, actually, no. I'm sorry. I thought it was him, but it's another comrade from way back. You know. So anyway, Black Power.
Just think, Black Power. Just think, because his birthday's coming up, he could just be a rude bastard.
It's my birthday, and I'll do whatever I want to. All right.
When's your birthday?
Like Cindy Lauper.
Thursday?
Like Cindy Lauper right now.
Wait a minute, man. Hold on a second. Monday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah, you think because he looked like Martin Luther King that he could just do whatever the fuck he want to do?
Well, wait a minute. His birthday is the day before the greatest.
He lying. He know we're gonna be in his dream because he can't help but go live.
Yeah. His birthday is the birthday day before the greatest.
Yes.
Because the greatest's birthday is coming up.
Look. I'm after MLK, and I'm right before Muhammad Ali.
I know Muhammad Ali. Yeah, Muhammad Ali.
Okay, and then keep in mind, as you already know, lighting in 30 days or in 33 days,
right in the middle of all
it will be Dr. Newton's born day as well, too.
Oh, the brother wanted to say hello to you. Can y'all hear him? Give a sound check, brother.
To the people.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay,
can you hear that?
Let's get to the meat of the discussion.
Hey, brother Shay, can you hear Brother Pete?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Yes, we can hear him, Donald.
Oh, okay. He was trying to tell you something. Go ahead, Brother Pete. Well, he just saying hello.
I wasn't trying to tell them. I just wanted to make sure they can hear. I can hear it when they
yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, Shabaka, let's get to the crux of this show.
Black Power.
Dump as in Chit. And we're going to make that perfectly clear.
Yeah,
Coming into the regime, the new regime is coming in on Monday.
Yeah.
Inauguration Day.
Yeah. And then what we need to do, if not starting tomorrow, we need to
Man, they gonna lose their mind.
Ourselves, you know, and what have you.
Other than Inauguration Day, y'all know Monday is Martin Luther King Day too, right?
I literally
right. Now that's the sad part about it.
I'm a drink
regime day and the day after MLK Day. And I just think that day is so bad. So I don't know if that is
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Is another way of making us forget again. In other words, and say, "Oh, this Inauguration Day." Not to me is Martin Luther King Day. I finally got it off as a holiday.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of course, the day after that, then you're gonna have the regime change. You see what I mean? So
no, it's the same day. No, it's the same day, Shabaka, isn't it? I thought it was all on Monday.
Same day.
No, Tuesday.
No, it's 20th.
No, it's Monday. It's Monday. We got off. They say inauguration. I say Martin Luther King.
I'm gonna buy Jesse a bottle of liquor.
Okay. It's Monday. I'm here in Washington, D.C. It's Monday.
I do.
Can y'all hear Brother Pete? He was saying it's Monday. Everything happens on Monday.
He said it's reaffirmed for Monday. Okay, so therefore, ladies and gentlemen, by the following Monday after the regime change, okay, expect everything to get all whacked. Food, banking, military.
The food is already through the roof already.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. And then, too, man, and you want to know something, y'all? I'm going to tell you something. I went and bought me some household items, just a basic thing of Ajax and some sponges, right? Let me see. A couple of pot pies. Bought me a salad.
I got an idea.
And bought me a fruit dish, right? Y'all know how much this stuff costs people out here? $57. $57 damn dollars, and it was only one bag of shit. You know what I'm saying? $57 damn dollars.
And you don't deserve any pizza.
I didn't ask for no pizza.
Well, good. You don't get none.
Okay.
Great.
I'm grabbing it.
And then too, on the energy too there, Brother Pete, and lightning. Okay, California, I'm quite sure is going to be bumping up its energy prices for electricity and stuff like that. And they did mention, and they did speak to the people who were involved in that Paradise Fire in California, Central California, about 3-4 years ago. And they did realize that the fault was on the power utility companies because they didn't secure their power lines properly. And what had happened was one of them fried, and then it hit a brush of grass, and then they going on that. Okay, they got Karen Bass on the tube. CNN investigates Los Angeles Fire Department among the most understaffed in America. Repeat, the Los Angeles Fire Department, according to Cartoon News Network, is the most understaffed in America. The most understaffed. Lord. And
Can we got a statement?
Oh yeah. Let me say this here. Lightning. Then I'm going to let you make a statement. They are using the inmates in the California Department of Corrections to help go fight the fire as well too. All right, I use it.
Oh, Brother P was trying to make a statement. Actually, go ahead.
I'm trying to hear the person that's speaking, but I can't hear the person that's speaking or what they're saying because everybody else wants a sidebar. If you're not making a comment, have a little bit of respect and mute yourself if you want to talk to somebody else, because you're coming across over top of the person that's trying to give up the information.
All right, okay, I'm putting myself on self-mute.
No, basically saying if he wasn't speaking to be on mute because the background will be picked up. That's all. That's all. Black Power.
Okay.
All right, so let's get back to the topic at hand.
Go ahead.
That everybody wants to talk about. All right, so he's getting inaugurated. Yeah, because he's talking about me, man. I was there talking to Jesse, so yeah. I didn't want to put myself on mute because I should not, because Jesse's computer is all fucking janky, so I had to unmute so he could be heard. And I didn't want to, so that's just that.
So it's not.
Anywho.
Oh yeah, same here. That's what we doing over here. I gotta. Yeah, I understand.
I didn't want to do it. So I was over there having a sidebar conversation about pizza, and he's over there acting all, like he always acts. So that's that.
Because I'm trying to get us back on topic. Like,
yeah. So hush, guys.
No.
Okay, so let's talk about Inauguration Day. So he getting inaugurated. Here's the thing. Like, this is my opinion about the peaceful transition of power, right? Everybody made this big old deal about how Kamala had lost and she had to go do, recount the what do you call them? Excuse me. Yeah, but the electoral votes, excuse me. I'm sorry, the electoral votes. And how her body language didn't want her to be there, right? And I was like, but that was a peaceful transition, something that he did not do. He did not. Trump did not want to even relinquish power that first time, right?
Yep, he just
trade up, and now he's getting inaugurated again. And so, what can we expect? The same shit that happened the last time we got inaugurated. The thing is that we're in a contentious time right now where racists, white supremacists, neo-Nazis, they think it's it's a free-for-all for them to come in and attack black people right now. And that's what we need to be worried about. We really need to be really extra cautious. Not because it's that day, it can happen any day, but we just need to be more aware of it. I think that him getting inaugurated, that's to be expected. I'm more curious to find out if some of his picks have been looked into and approved. I know they were looking at a Hexworth or whatever that guy's name is, whatever. I'm more interested about that because these people are going to be in charge too. And I'm also curious, like while we're talking about Trump, we should really be talking about Elon Musk. And
I agree.
That seems to be like he seems to be more dangerous right now to our well-being than Trump is. Even though Trump's letting him have the reins, just seems to see that he is a little bit more dangerous. He doesn't give a damn about nothing, and I would think that he would really want to see us in chains if he could. Also, too, if that motherfucker's from South Africa, you know, he sure as fuck don't give a fuck about his own country. He meddles in everybody.
Lady Che, I'm sorry to interrupt. First, but I want to make this here perfectly clear. Elon Musk is a Boer. He is no African. He is Dutch. He's a fucking Boer.
Black people ain't afraid of nothing. And no, we're not afraid of Elon. We should just be curious about Elon's fucking motives.
Oh, very curious. Him and Jeff Bezos are going to be part of the regime.
Not scared, okay? Curious. Jesus.
All right, Lance, are you people scared of Elon? Lance, to answer your question, I'm not scared of Elon Musk personally. I'm scared of the power that he has and what he is going to do to the Black community, okay? Because he is a Boer. He is part of the apartheid system, which is a Dutch word meaning apart. Okay.
He could get slapped in his mouth too, just like anybody else. He's just a regular fucking man. He could get slapped in his mouth for calling us out already.
Yeah, I think he's trolling.
Yeah, you trolling?
Okay, no, but what it is though, Lady Che, is that him and Bezos. Okay, but Lady Che, him and Bezos got enough money and enough power where they could have these damn computers blow up in our face, the damn cell phones blowing up in our face. You saw what they did over there in the Middle East, you know. Dude go to the grocery store and kaboom, you know, and all that shit got blown up, you know. What did they say? It was off a pocket page. So if they could do that with a pager, imagine the damage that they could do with these laptops and computers. I'm just putting it out there. I don't put nothing past these people. And I do mean nothing.
If you really want to talk that shit, Lance and Sonny, you can hit the link.
Send them the link. You know, come on and join us.
Dynamite the link on your phone again. Because he just texted me.
Dynamite. You still with us, Dynamite?
Always.
Okay, yeah. There's the link right there. Okay, so he's still with us, brother.
Can you send it to the phone though? I can't do nothing with it right there. I can't send it to Pete.
Okay, hold on. Okay, just give me a minute, Dynamite. Okay.
I can send it off my phone though. You know.
Yeah.
That's how I've been doing it, but you know.
There you go. You can hit the link.
Okay, and I got a text from Sister Hesepshute, and she says that she just got in, and she's very, very tired. And she said that she'll try to get with us on Friday. Okay.
Well, let her know we miss her. Let her know we miss her.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Hit that link, Scary Pants, Sonny, Lance, whoever want to talk all that shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a link right up there, Dynamite. You should be able to copy and paste it to send it to Brother Pete.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit that link.
It doesn't copy and paste off of the YouTube. When I touch it to copy it, it just goes right to the StreamYard.
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay, I got you, Brother Shay. I heard you.
Yeah.
I got you. It'll be in a minute.
Anybody gets slapped in the mouth.
Okay, leave it up there because I'm
hold on.
Okay, you took it down. Okay.
StreamYard. Here we go. I'm putting my number in.
Yeah. You
So
can click
Shabaka,
the
I feel
link
the
too
same
and
way.
join
I
in.
feel the same way, Shabaka, and what you're saying. You know, like I said, we should be concerned, because he's wielding he meddles in a lot of countries' affairs.
Okay, I'm trying, brother Pete. You still there?
I feel the same way.
I got the link. I mean, I got the number, so I'm about to text it to you.
He about to text me the link. Great.
All right, I'm going back
Okay.
on mute. Go ahead, Shabaka.
And the only thing that we should be worried about, Black family, is ourselves, you know, because integration didn't work, has not worked, and will not work. Only a fucking idiot would believe that you fight a fire with fire on the physical plane. You could do it on the spiritual and mental plane, okay?
I got it, Brother Shay. Thank you.
Okay, enjoying the show, getting my swallow. Hey, yoked up, man. I might need to hire you as a bodyguard, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm getting up in age, my man. You know what I'm saying? And my trigger finger, man, ain't what it used to be either. You know what I mean? And appreciate you. You know? So therefore, Black family, putting all bullshit aside, okay.
Oh, I got it. Music box. Good. I got it. I'm gonna send it to Brother Pete.
Yes, sir. Okay. So what it is, Black family, we got to focus on.
Lance, he would be ready. I would love for him to drag your bitch ass all over fucking town. You don't even know about Shabaka, because I would love for you to get up here. Get your bitch ass up here now, Lance. You got 2 minutes before you block forever. 2 minutes. Hit that StreamYard link.
Yeah,
don't worry.
pretty much. And I think
then you got 2 other motherfuckers in here that'll drag you.
Yeah, and then I think
really want to.
Okay, and then Lady Chain, we got enough room for 2 more guests, correct? If I'm right on that, Brother Chain?
I'll hop down if I want to. I'll hop down.
Okay.
I think we can have up to 10 people up
here. Yeah.
Oh, so, okay. All righty. Okay. So all our haters, you know, you're welcome to come in as well, too.
The Black Cat. Hop your black ass up here. Or you might be a white
man. All we ask for those who disagree with us, you could voice your disagreement, but as soon as you get disrespectful, we're going to push the eject button on your ass. That's the way we get out. But if you got some intelligence, and I do know the word is intelligence, comments to say, you know, then they're more than like that. Then they're more than welcome. You know what I'm saying?
You know, call you a pussy the whole night. So you better get up here. Yes, you do look like a joke. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
And so Sister Hatshepsut said she will get with us on Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, put me on the screen and let me see. Do I look like a joke? Yeah, man, you look like a joke if you're going to sit up here and disrespect us. But if you got something positive to add, brother, then you're more than welcome.
I had a Gumby.
Yeah, now we got this one. Is this Lance who's joined us?
Is that you, Brother Pete?
Brother Pete.
Oh, hey, Brother Pete, how you be, man? How you be?
All power to the people.
Oh, yes, sir, absolutely, man. And Brother Peter's an elder, you know, with great, great wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so we appreciate him. And Mac 285 is saying, where you at, Lance? You know, we're waiting on you, you know what I'm saying? And then Lance, you know, the only thing you got to do is just be respectful. You could disagree with us agreeably. You know what I mean? You know, but all this hatred that they're putting on us as a people, I mean, this is bad. You see? Okay.
In my defense, fellas, I don't like, you know, I don't like people when they come up in here. We having a family discussion between me, Jesse, and Che, and you know, motherfucker come in here first, start talking shit, and now I gotta put them in their place because they disrespecting. And then no, that's Brother Pete.
Yeah, you got to do a hookup on Brother Pete. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, my cat. And then on top of that, I forgive. You take off running. Look, first of all,
is not running.
Shabaka don't flee. You sound like a foreigner. You get your motherfucking bitch ass up here.
You'll take off running. First place, man, my name is Shabaka. Trick. If you're going to sit up there and disrespect me, please spell my fucking name right. Bring your ass up here.
Yeah, see, you just
put on your gym shoes. You know what, you stupid bastard? Yeah, I got something to put on. Yeah, and ain't gym shoes either. But you welcome, man. He's a troll. He's trolling. He's trolling.
Just a distraction.
Everything I said, he's trolling.
streams in the time that this nigga been trolling. So
Right.
goodbye, nigga.
Don't let him control the narrative. Let's keep going.
No, he's not. No, he ain't controlling shit here. You
We
see
kicked
what
him
I'm
out.
saying?
Instead of saying all that other stuff, put your phone number in.
He ain't gonna do
Okay,
Oh,
so
I'm
we got
sorry.
brother up here again twice.
I didn't say that. You know, I said it nice.
Yeah, he always say things
Okay,
nice.
so we got 5 in the room right here.
Please.
Okay, the
Go ahead,
algorithms
Brad
are
Pitt.
gonna
I'm
work.
going on mute for a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, so therefore, we and Brother Chase said we got room for about 2 or 3 more. So the troll out there, he's welcome to click the link and come on. We'll listen to him. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as he's respectful, you know.
There you go. Be the new Sarge.
Man,
He'll be
Sarge, man, Sarge wouldn't last 5 minutes up here. Lance can't lift his heavyweight. I know that's right, yoked up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's yoked up right there. Twin Pyramid saying that I guess he's talking about the dude talking all the BS, saying he's bluffing. Yeah, Twin. You know, that's what they do, man. You ain't got to come up here and bluff, man. You know what I'm saying? People is welcome to state how they feel, just as long as we have civil conversation and civil disagreement.
No, they just trolling.
Yeah.
They're just trolling. They're just trolling, and they don't want that over here. This is a Black power, Black fucking nationalism, Black everything. They don't want to hear that. They want to come in here and try to rain on our parade.
Like the Pointail Pro.
Yeah, they just acting out in their mama's panties.
It looks like that we lost a brother who was up there.
Oh, Brother Peter,
see if we can get brother back on there. He's got a lot of knowledge, and a lot of wisdom that brother has.
What do you think about the inauguration and stuff like that? What do you think about it?
What do I think about it? What it is, Lady J? It's a regime change, you know what I'm saying? So I respect Michelle Obama saying that she's not showing up. The Clintons are showing up, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure, Baby Bush and his crew is showing up, you know what I mean? And it's going to be a circus, so start stocking up on all your bare essentials, is because they are going to come with us and they're going to starve us out.
Yeah, they have no money.
Yeah, Mac 285, yeah. So the more reason for us to start providing for our own basic needs, which is food, clothing, shelter. And unfortunately, I don't think we're in any power to control our own utilities, which is extremely dangerous. But however, you have to blame that on the crew talking about this all-inclusive stuff. And just like old Kamala said, well, I'm not going to do nothing just for Black people now. See, we were shot in the foot right there on a collective. You see?
I got to run it for them one more again.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No, because
that's true. What is also fascinating is I like the Gumby. I had a Gumby too.
And Pokey too.
Wow. Yep. Oh, the little horse.
Yep.
Yeah. You all take me back to childhood. You know what I'm saying? That's in the 1960s. Okay, but the thing is too, if we do not control our infrastructures, ladies and gentlemen, of agriculture, water, and power, you see what I'm saying, and our educational institutions, okay, now is the time to do it. Because see, first we was on a 45-degree incline to do this with the dump and the regime coming in. Now we're going to be on a 65 or 60-degree incline to do it, which is way steeper. So we're going to have
us to do it. That's why I don't look at this as a bad thing. I look at it as this is an opportunity for us to get our shit together.
Okay. All righty. Okay. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Then we need to get the work in, and we got to deal, with ourselves. Is because if you notice, now let's look at something right here. If you notice, is that all these other groups come to us and they hour of need, like what's happening in California. They're coming to us and they figure we're supposed to be all happy-go-lucky. Oh yeah, you the boss, the Uncle Tim Scott syndrome and what have you. Now's the time to force the hand on the reparations issue. Now's the time to force the hand on our own economical situation. Now's the time to force on agricultural needs, is because you got to have, we got to feed ourselves, you see what I'm saying, and make sure that they're not putting those GMOs on us in the seeding of the agriculture. You see what I mean? So how can we come up with ideas on that? How can we come up to make sure this stuff does not have any GMOs in it? Because we all know what a GMO is, right? A genetically modified organism. Say they could target certain segments of the population with these GMOs. All they got to do is program to do such. Like if you're old like me, or if they don't like what you say, you see what I'm saying? Oh, well, let's put this on him, to eradicate this. One black man going out,
Remember I showed us on the Front Line Blacc News of Kamala and Hillary trying to reenact some shit from like a previous act about communications and silencing of freedom of speech. So I don't think Dump's already been through that. They took him off of all the major platforms, and he started his own True Social. So I don't think he's going to be censoring us as bad as Kamala or Hillary or any of them Democrats would be. But he's going to give free reign to them white supremacists, and that should be the sign for our people to get on goddamn alert and do what the hell it is we need to do to combat this new regime. And we're going from one regime to another regime.
Yeah.
Hey, what you call it? Hillary. I like that. Killer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like that. I'll have the new name, Hillary.
Yeah, because when she was the first lady under the Clinton regime, oh no, they all are super predatory killers and all that. And then when she was running for president in 2016, when she lost to Trump,
before that, when she was the Attorney General, the Secretary of State with the good bunch.
She was the Secretary of State under old Sambo. And then of course, as you know, what happened with Gaddafi during that time, you see what I mean, and whatnot. Now, the reason why they killed Gaddafi, because the research that I've done on him is that when a couple got married in Libya, they got a house, they got about X amount of dollars in the bank, to start raising their family, and then they got free education. And then what had happened was that they had wanted the Gaddafi to go on the American gold standard, and he told them no. So then, the Obama regime, they killed Gaddafi. You see what I'm saying?
When that comes, because I'm not sharing it with you.
And then, as we've discussed privately, Brother Che, the Biden regime sends one of his envoys over there to President Museveni, telling the president of Uganda, well, you got to embrace, the alphabetized agenda, or otherwise we cut off your aid. And the president of Uganda had stated, well, cut off your aid. This is Uganda. We don't do that here. Go to San Francisco, go to London, go to New York, go to Los Angeles, man, but you ain't dropping that shit off over in here. Not quoting President Museveni, but that there was basically his viewpoint on it. You see what I'm saying? And then they had a former president of Uganda, the only one, Dada. Nobody fool Big Daddy. And he had the British bowing down to him in Kampala. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he was the only one, Shabaka.
I know. And then, of course, as we do know about the former president of Burkina Faso, Thomas Sankara, who was assassinated. And I remember way back in 1987, Brother Che, I was younger than you at the time, where it was the headline news that I saw in the LA Times, Thomas Sankara assassinated. And then I find out that Thomas Sankara, the wealth that he was dispersing to the citizenry of Burkina Faso, and he had given up the executive mansion and said that he would not reside there. And I believe he had opened it up to the people of Burkina Faso. And I think he turned it into a university, although I'm not sure. But I do know that President Sankara. Yeah, and I do know that he went out there and he lived amongst the people. And I believe, too, that he was doing some wealth distribution right there to the citizenry of it. And then, of course, over in Nigeria,
it was us over here that put that battery in his back to even do any of that he was doing.
Okay. And then, of course, too, over in Nigeria, of how the Dutch Shell Oil Company was just going over there, man, raping the land and having oil spills in there, killing the ecology of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you need the ecology to grow food. You need the ecology for the plants to give out oxygen, for the people to live. And then anytime that you get around the equator, rather if it's Africa, Asia, South America, everything at the equator is a Garden of Eden. The Amazon jungle sits on near and around the equator. They were saying is of how they going in there killing all the foliage and land right there. This is progress. This is progress. And then they had stated down there in Brazil, the savage is not the one who lives in the jungle. The savage is the one who comes and destroys it.
Yeah.
See, because you need the ecology, man. Just like when you get up there, man, what is that there? Y'all got the Front Range, the Black Range up there near where the ponies are.
Front Range, and it's the Broncos, goddamn it.
Man, ponies, man, y'all got shut down. Great. But you could smell the fresh air being near the foliage. The same thing in Washington State, the same thing in Oregon. But when I got back to California, oh man, I just felt my body loading up with contaminants from all the garbage that they got up in there. And then, of course, the air quality is going to get that much worse unless, of course, they get huge winds to kick all that smoke out over to the Pacific. Say, God forbid, if the Pacific decides to return the wind and having it going into the east, that'll be bad. You see, so hopefully we'll go out there.
If got burned down, it's going to slide right off the hill. If that happens.
Yeah. And then they
already flying. They, like I said, I was getting some updates earlier, and they were saying that several parts of Southern California are already sinking before the fire. They're already sinking.
Sinking?
Yes.
Wait a minute. You know what, Brother Che? You just reminded me of something. When in the 1960s, when I was a child, and our family.
You ain't hit the link. You keep talking about this shit.
Yeah, there's a problem, nigga. You ain't hit the link and you low.
So yeah,
we got the troll.
You got unblocked.
Yeah. No. You can try to get up here. You gonna get on the link, or you gonna continue to let your pussy leak out with your little issues? Get up on the get up on the.
I ain't seeing. Okay, showing up on your board because I don't see him up here.
So you're the real hoe.
Yeah.
I'm at work. No, man, you at work. Wow. Okay, Lance. Yeah, okay, Lance. Yeah, you're a real tough guy. We scared to death of you, Lance. Yeah. I'm at work. Okay, Lance, answer this. If you at work, then how are you taking the time out to troll us if you at work?
Because he ain't doing his job. He need to be fired.
Yeah. So what does he got to say about that? But anyway, to hell with him. Moving on. He's more than welcome to come up here if he dares.
Come up
You
here. We done dropped the link. We done flashed it in front of me. Got at least 5-10 minutes to get his coon ass up here. Or
right.
Here, and he at work all of a sudden. He could have been and said that. Y'all look, y'all man at work. That would have been better. Come on, get your troll
He's
right.
a real hoe.
If you're gonna troll us, right, goddamn.
Yeah, but anyway, who knows, man? Maybe he's bored, man, you know. And he got tired of playing with his Gumby toys and his Hot Wheels and all that old type of shit, you know. That's up with that. But like I said, you know, people are welcome to comment up here. You know what I mean? If we disagree, let us disagree agreeably. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, Dynamite.
5 minutes. I mean, he should be off in 5 minutes. Burger King closing at 10:30, right?
Oh, Lord. Who knows? Maybe they got him working the drive-through window and he's up there kissing.
You're going to mess up somebody's order, man. You better pay attention. The dude said no pickles.
Right.
You see? And we really hate to have people like this. But however, if
they never want to get up on the panel.
They never do.
Okay, but hold on, old lady Che. If we don't have trolls like this right here, and if we don't have people who come on in and agree with us, if we don't have people to come up here who disagree with us agreeably, then we ain't doing our job. When we get crap like that, that's showing that we are doing our job. You see what I mean? You know, and keep in mind, I'm not the most brilliant person that it is. Actually, shit, as I look over the course of my life, I've been a damn fool quite a bit. But however, with age comes wisdom. You know, the only thing I could say to the generations after me, don't repeat the mistakes that I've made and that my generation has made. You know, learn from it. You know what I'm saying? Learn from it. You know? Evolve. And if we disagree, please let us disagree agreeably. Mm-hmm.
Baby, go get it.
Yeah, but that's not what trolls do. They come in just to disrupt shit.
Now, who knows? Some bitch might be getting paid too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, you got a piece before we get it.
Hello?
Blackjack, cuz.
Yes, sir.
Can y'all hear Brother Pete?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. So I want y'all to be very careful.
2 pieces, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right. The troll is doing just what y'all are paying so much that you're not paying what you should be. And that's the conversation.
Okay, Brother Pete, you fade in and out, sir.
I said,
You are fading in and out, brother. I don't know why. Let me take you off this speaker. Hold on. All right, try it again.
Can y'all hear me better now?
Much better.
Oh, much better. Yes, sir. Please drop knowledge.
All right, so let me repeat myself, and please pay attention very closely.
Yes, sir.
Exactly what he's supposed to do. Okay? Y'all are paying so much attention to him that you're not continuing the conversation that you should be having.
Get a piece? Did he get you?
No.
And keep on with your business at hand.
Okay. And that makes a whole lot of sense. He's a disruptor. The troll.
That's what trolls do.
You're the disruptor because you're paying all that attention to him. You just spent 10 minutes about him instead of 10 minutes about how to win this war that we're in.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, yes, Brother Pete. Yeah, he told me about that.
You caught it.
So, Brother Pete, how much do I owe you now? About $500?
I knew that was coming.
Say what?
Okay, what I owe you now, brother? About $500 now?
About 500.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna give you a break. Let's make it 300. I'm gonna give you a $200 discount.
All right. Okay. Okay. But as brother is saying, is that when we are on this path of dropping this knowledge right here, you know, these individuals come up here is because they're either afraid of the knowledge that's perhaps causing a conflict within themselves, or it's a huge manifestation of self-hate. Now, that's my opinion, because see, I'm not the most brilliant person that there is, but that there is just my theory. Okay, now getting to the business at hand, people. How are we going to countermand these ill effects that is heading our way, man? And I'm like a sailor, man, off the coast of California, and I see a huge tidal wave getting ready to hit the Bay Area and LA at the same time. And I'm just using that as an analogy.
Yeah, if that come off the water and keep erupting, that's exactly what you're gonna happen. See happen.
Best thing that I can tell you, brother, is that if you see a tidal wave coming, put on your swimming boots and learn how to swim. Don't stand and look at it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Or get a rowboat together, you know, make it some tack, and we're just going to have to ride it out. But I do believe, family, is that with the intellectual capacities that we have and the wisdom of our elders that we have, although we're the underdogs, okay, just like Ali was in Zaire, I think we could still win. I really do. Okay, so we have to control our own social media, number one. Also, two, what we have to do is control our own means of production and distribution of necessary goods and services. And I believe the sister that we have there, Brother Che, you familiar with her, there in Detroit, you know, who was telling me that. You see, because, you know, very knowledgeable sister, you see what I mean? Also, too, we got to get rid of this misogynism that we have in the Black community, because a lot of our women are turning into bed wenches, thinking that she's going to get a better deal laying with the oppressor. And then, of course, you know, we might have children watching this, but just connect the dots on that. Oh, and by the way, Brother Jay, you know where they make those productions at there in the San Fernando Valley that we spoke about too, man? Yeah. A lot of them over there by Pacific Palisades, right? Yep. Over there by Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion. Now, they're going to talk all this stuff about Diddy, but what about Hugh Hefner?
How about that?
Yeah, what about Hugh Hefner, although he's dead? Then also, too, look at that other one they had that fled the United States in the 1970s, who was a movie director by the name of, Roman Polanski.
Yep.
You see what I mean? Okay, because he was married to film actress Sharon Tate, who was caught up in the Tate LaBianca murders, you know, doing old Helter Skelter was doing his thing. Old Charlie Manson, who kicked the bucket. And I think they had him up there at Vacaville, if I'm not mistaken. But old Charlie Manson says is that the reason why the Black militants were so important at that time in history is because allegedly they'll bring Whitey down, and then we, being so dumbfounded and ignorant, now these is Manson's words, not mine, that we would have to go to him for leadership. And then all his people in his family, they were sitting out there in front of the criminal courts building, strung out on acid, talking about they're waiting for their father to be set free. I remember that. And then Manson goes to court and he held up a version of the LA Times where Nixon, who was the president at the time, said he declares Charles Manson guilty. So guess what happened in that trial? You allow Major Brother Parents, tell me, what do you think happened?
Yeah, sure.
No, they had to re-impanel the jury.
Oh yeah.
They spent about another 4 or 5 months to re-impanel the jury to make sure the jury was impartial. And then LAPD, with its wisdom, had somebody turn in the major murder weapon that he needed, and it sat up in the Van Nuys Division jail or the Van Nuys Division of the LAPD in the property room for well over 8 months. And Bugliosi said, if I would have had this daggone thing right there, I could have got this fool executed before the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the death penalty was unconstitutional.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting that they reversed themselves, you know what I'm saying? And we all saw what happened to Tukey Williams.
Yeah.
You see? You know.
Terminator.
Yeah. Yeah, the Terminator was the governor at the time that gave the final order to execute it. You see? And from what I understand, Mr. Williams, you know, was trying to reform himself of writing a series of children's books to direct our youth not to go on the path that he had went on in his youth. You see what I mean? And anybody, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not the most brilliant person it is. You know what I'm saying?
It goes deeper than that, because Tukey Williams was also nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
Ouch. Ouch. I didn't know that, Elder. I did not know that. I did not know that. And then also, too, may this brother rest in power, too, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Tony Pico, that after the rebellion in 1992, is that he was trying to bridge a gap between all the factions in Los Angeles, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and then Daryl Gates, who was a psychopath, in my opinion, might have had him knocked off because Mr. Pico came up dead. You see, and then of course Daryl Gates, being the psychopath and sociopath that he was, Daryl Gates has stated in his book called Chief, and I read it, and that's what I wanted to debate that old stupid ass Sarge with, but he kept heading to the hills. And Gates says that the reason why black people die of the chokehold is because when the hold is applied, their ventricle veins in their neck do not reopen like they do, quote unquote, in normal people. And the ventricle vein is the main vein on the left side of your neck that gets your blood from the heart to your brain. Then Daryl Gates' son, who was a known dope fiend, had went out and pulled a stick up in Huntington Park, and they exposed him on that, and Daryl Gates had egg all over his face. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you chief of the LAPD, the most cleanest and most efficient police department in the world, and you got all these skeletons in the closet. And then, of course, we know about our brother Christopher Dorner, who made the ultimate sacrifice, who put his manifesto up there. Facebook tore it down. You know what I mean? Because he had reported police misconduct of where this LAPD sergeant had this homeless black man handcuffed and was beating him with a nightstick. Yeah. That's why I'm so glad I'm out of Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Yeah. You see? Oh, yeah. And then, of course, we're not going to talk about Mark Furman. And, of course, Dynamite and Brother Pete, you all know about Mark Furman. And his interrogation process was as follows. When he was with a elite division of the LAPD called Community Resources Against Street Hoodlums, which they commonly refer to as CRASH. And as we stated before, you take 5 black suspects, you beat the first nigga, you beat the second nigga worse than you did the first nigga, you beat the third nigga worse than you beat the second nigga. The fourth nigga is going to tell you what you want to know, and the fifth nigga is going to sit up there to confirm what he's telling you. Yeah. Great law enforcement practices that they have there in the city of Los Angeles. And they're wondering why the Almighty had caused the fires there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, so you got a whole lot of stuff that's going out here in the wild, wild west, you know. Oh, it's wild out here. You know, don't believe them lies Hollywood tells you and all that old type of place. It's real wild out here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so with that there being said, Brother Che, what's our next topic?
There is no next topic. That was the topic. The dump regime.
Oh. Yeah, okay. All righty. Now we could ad-lib a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, on the upcoming horrors that are coming this way, not being negative, but just being real.
Horrors. Like, what has he gone past that ain't already been passed that's already harming us right now?
Okay. He could put more additional, how should we say, diabolical statues in motion. You know what I mean? That Congressional Black Caucus, I'm all in favor of them just disbanding it. You know what I mean? Because the Congressional Black Caucus ain't done nothing for us. You know, they on puppet strings.
A bunch of damn tethers.
Tethers. Yeah, and Brother Che, if you'll be so kind, you know, to those who is listening to us, of what the tethers is.
A foreign coon.
Okay. All right. Okay.
They're coming over
coonism is bad.
Not coming over here to get along with us. They're not trying to build with us. They coming to take. Like I showed y'all in that video on Front Line Blacc News. The stuff that the way things was in the 70s is not like how it is now in the 2020s.
Mm-hmm.
60s and 70s, y'all thought, hey, we got reinforcements. There's more Black people in the diaspora. We need reinforcements to fight this beast over here. These people not on code at all. So we checking them. We checking. We getting on the riders. We letting the riders know, hey, if you really for this Pan-Africanism and the liberation of Black people worldwide, you need to check these goddamn tethers.
Okay. All right. Comments on that there, Black Light.
Oh, I'm right here. Well, I'll leave it to Brother Pete.
My question, I want to know something. Okay. What is the difference between then and now?
Well, I would say the difference is, brother, is that you got this high technology stuff, spy apparatuses, man, you know what I'm saying? All this marketing that they're doing, you know, because instead of people going to righteous scholars, they're going up here to this propaganda and lies, man, that you get off these idiot boxes, these laptops. There's other garbage they send you on your cell phones and stuff like that.
The difference is back then they was letting in the riders. They was letting in the Kwame Touré's. They was letting in Louis Farrakhan's. They was letting in the Marcus Garveys. First of all, they wouldn't even started allowing these tethers into this country until we fought for them to get the Immigration Act of 1965, which allowed them to come in the first place, because prior to that, they were coming in, but they wasn't coming in like they was after that 1965 Act. And they started cracking down on who was coming in, and they started allowing but tethers, neo-colonialists, coons, diaspora. They started letting them in through customs. And now we got a bunch of Myron Gaines, a bunch of Fat Joes, a bunch of Kamala Harris's running around trying to tell us something. And we're not going for it no more. Y'all homeland, but y'all sitting up here coming over here wagging the finger at us, talking about how bad we doing, how we need to do better. As a shambles.
We had all of that then. We had our Negroes then. We got our Negroes now. My question is,
okay, so I was trying to answer your question, Pete. The difference is you were actually checking the tellers then. Like I said, that they was letting in riders then. They're not letting in riders no more. That's the difference. That's the difference right there.
Okay. All right, Brother Pete.
I'm not making no comment. That's what he believes. That's the way people think, and that's what he believes, and I let it be. Okay, you have to understand.
I always says this is what I live. You ask what's the difference?
Good.
I believe the generation after you, or two generations after you, and this is what I've lived. They're not letting in the riders no more. The riders aren't getting in through customs, and if they do get in, they're getting deported immediately. First chance to slip up. So you know how we the last hired and the first fired?
Yeah.
They last in and the first deported.
Okay. All right, Brother Pete.
Nope. I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna let that be the end of that.
Okay. So we are delineating, and we have brought the Democrats to their knees. We're knocking these tethers off their feet left and right. They don't speak for us. And we're making that known. My generation.
Women, repeat that again.
And the generation after me.
Repeat that again.
We are checking the tethers. We're knocking them out the paint. We're making clear example of them. They do not speak for us. So we're checking them, and we getting the riders on code. We're checking them as well. They're coming over here to undermine us. They're not coming over here to build with us. They're not coming over here to have a camaraderie with us. They're not coming over here to fight against racism and white supremacy with us. They come over here to get along with racism and white supremacy, go along to get along, and undermine us. So we putting them on notice. We put the Democratic Party on notice. Same generation that's the difference there too. Back then, y'all started this voting blue no matter who. We're not voting for Democrats like that prior to 1960. For the past 6 years, we've been voting blue no matter who. And the condition of the Black community in this country has deteriorated. Because we still voting for Democrats at 80, 90, damn near 100%.
Yeah.
Past 60 years and getting nothing tangible out of it. Just symbolic gestures and sweet nothings in our ear. Oh, you get a hip hop day. Oh, you get a hip hop holiday. Oh, here's a monument. Here's a statue. We get nothing tangible though. We don't get reparations. We don't get hate crime. We don't get nothing that specifically tailors to us, benefits us. Go ahead.
How old are you, brother?
How old am I? I'll be 38 on Thursday.
All right. Happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. He said, how old are you, though?
I'm almost a score.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 37. Right now, I'm 37. I'll be 38.
Oh, no. Right now, you what?
37. He'll be 38.
No, he didn't ask what you're going to be. Yes, how old you are. There you go. You're 37. I like that number. See, that's hey, that's my favorite number right there. Yeah. Yeah.
So I've seen almost a score. So.
Oh, by the way, they got that. They got that plane, right? That could be with that beam, with that laser beam shooting down. That could be one of the fire starters. I think it's probably the main fire starter. And then they put those guys out there with them canisters, with the little flamethrower canisters out there. I think they were like a distraction, I mean, they like a decoy. Yeah, that was like a decoy. Because I'm sure they didn't start off fires with those little canisters. I think they use that plane. That
Wait a
plane,
minute, Dynamite.
huh?
You know what, Dynamite? That there holds a whole lot of water, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because they could have one of them damn satellites out there that hit a beam down there to start the fire. Because from what I'm seeing over here on Cartoon News Network, they trying to say they don't know how the damn thing started.
Ah!
Yeah, you know what, man? That there's a safe bet. That there's a safe bet. Is that they had shot a laser beam that's undetectable or had military science hide it from the general public to start those fires in the Palisades. But what my question is, though, why would they start it in the Palisades and not hit South Central with it?
Okay, here the next part. And Brother Pete was trying to say something. But before you that, I just got that. I mean, hey, they building the smart city, and they was going to have to tear it all down anyway. And all them people rich, and it's just like in the movies,
Yeah,
all in
yeah.
the
I
movies.
think it was intentional.
A big Academy Award for that shit, boy. I tell you now. And so they gonna build the smart city. So they had to tear it down anyway. And they knew what they was doing because that's why they see. I figured it out. They knew what they were doing. That's why they canceled all the fire insurance and drained all the fire hydrants. And then I see all these the ones that's right on the coast. It's right next to the water, and you gonna tell me it burnt down? Now check this out. I've seen a whole bunch, a line of daggone houses all burn up except one. I wonder why they left that one there. I really wonder why.
And if I'm not mistaken, like I think you're talking about Malibu, because see those beach houses, people.
Yeah.
Years that I lived in Los Angeles, them beach houses is where they had them celebrities at, where they go do their parties.
They do parties.
Pass out women around, you know what I'm saying? Becoming big stars, man, doing that porn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The San Fernando Valley and all that out there by Homeby Hills and all that. They talk that shit, P. Diddy. But like I said, but they ain't mentioning your boy Hugh Hefner. Not saying he's any of our boy. I'm just using that there figuratively. You see what I mean? And then when Hugh Hefner died, he had sold the Playboy Mansion. And a young entrepreneur that bought the Playboy Mansion, Hefner had put it off in the contract as that, you got to let me live here in this Playboy Mansion until I die. And Hefner was always up there in his pajamas. And then he says, man, when I die, you can go on and do what you want with it, So who knows? Maybe that there is old Hefner's replacement. You know what I'm saying?
Are y'all familiar with the HARP program?
HARP?
Yes, sir. That there's a weather manipulation, brother. Yes, sir. Yeah, somebody brought that to my attention, man, about 2-3 years ago, where they're manipulating the weather with these satellite stations or setting up these stations, generally in isolated areas and near the coast.
Yeah, what about
the weather?
I know where you're going with that, but I'll wait.
If you're wondering why these fires got started, look at the HARP program. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Look at what's happening today. Like I said, what's the difference in yesterday and today? The HARP program was behind Katrina. Okay? We let that slide. Today, the HARP program is behind all these fires that are breaking out all over the West Coast, all over the Northwest, Southwest. Okay?
Right.
Fires are breaking out 100 miles apart from each other all at the same time. Okay? But we're not paying attention to that. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Why are they doing it? You got an idea as to why they're doing it, but how are they doing it? We're not paying attention to that.
Depopulation, that's the reason why they do it. Agenda 21, that's the reason why they're doing it. We paying attention. The problem is the old heads think the youngsters ain't paying attention. We paying attention. We right there with you. You ask what's changed. Ain't nothing changed but the year.
I don't know what to do about it. So, I mean, I don't know where to start on how to tackle it. I'm gonna be honest about it. I really don't know
Okay.
where to tackle the situation.
Okay, here's a suggestion, Lady Chad. This is why we got to become self-sufficient for our goods and services. We can no longer depend on this oppressor to feed us, to clothe us, to give us transportation, driver's licenses, and all that stuff, because your daggone social security number and your driver's license is nothing but your internal passports at the federal and state level.
The other thing is too is like, you know, all this drafting of policies and whatnot that we want to do or we're doing or we're intentionally doing, it's not really getting us anywhere. So I'm at a loss where it's just straight like I hit a wall. Like I don't know where to go with it. I don't know what to do with it. Especially right now with everything being so contentious. That's just me being honest. I don't have any answers for this question because I'm at a wall. And I'm sure I'm not the only Black individual that's at a wall. You know?
Well, Lady Che, as you know, up there in Los Angeles in Pacific Palisades, they had a lot of people abandoning their cars, right? And so what's happening is you got Mercedes, Jaguars out there, minivans, you know what I'm saying? And they abandon their cars. So what is happening is that the county of Los Angeles, or the, what do they call those damn things? The OPGs, the official police garages, right? The tow trucks, they're going to be going in there picking them up. And of course, you could best believe that the LAPD detectives are going to be going through with it with fine-tooth combs to either plant evidence, manipulate evidence, you know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised if you start seeing a lot of arrests of these Black celebrities out there. And oh, by the way, and as we covered, Brother Chad, on Front Line Blacc News, is that the Black Lives Matter people who own 2 mansions out there, one of them burned to the ground. Now, if there was going down there to LA's homeless and got like 40 or 50 people, huh?
2 of them burnt to the ground.
Okay, 2 of them.
2 of the 3 burnt to the ground.
Okay, now what they could have done at those 2 mansions, okay, is that they could have went and got the homeless out there. And since California or Southern California doesn't have a snow issue like in points back east, they could have went up there, man. They could have put tents to house the homeless on that property. And then inside the mansion allowed the people to bathe, get medical exams. You see what I'm saying? Give the women and children like about 2 weeks in there. But the men folk, cats of your age and younger, no, give their asses 3 days. Now, why do I say give their asses 3 days? Your first day is to come in there to wash your ass, to wash your clothes, to wash your body. You see what I'm saying? Your next day is rest. Your third day, your ass is up out of there going out to get a job, make a job, or whatever. That's it. But those women and babies got to be protected. You see what I'm saying? So they should have been able to been staying there for a minimum of 30 days. Because Brother Che, you and I have done stories in the past from Denver to Oakland about how our people were dying and infants were dying in these homeless camps. You see what I mean? Because the weather in the Bay Area, man, it can get up there. It can get pretty cold there in the Bay Area, brother. Because I've seen it one time where it didn't get no hotter than 29 degrees for about a week, about 50 years ago, and all the rainwater in the gutters, man, was freezing up to ice.
Hey, what was that? Is that about the coldest summer you ever spent was in San Francisco?
Yes, sir. Yeah, the coldest summer. No, wait a minute. The coldest winter I ever spent was summer in San Francisco.
That's it. I know. That's something else. It's true too.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey,
guys. Up there in San Francisco in summer and froze my ass off, man. And in the cold part.
On them. It ain't even raining. It ain't even raining. You know, that come from Harp too. They could make it rain if they wanted to.
Yeah, they can. And kick the fog in, because Frisco is known for its fog. Now, turning back the hands of time. You remember when the sisters was out there bare-chested in San Francisco fundraising for breast cancer? Okay, and I think your girl Kamala was the district attorney in San Francisco County at the time, or she had just became the attorney general of California. So the women had went out there. They said, hey, fellas, we're coming out here bare-chested. You could look at the jiggly wigglies. You could foam at the mouth over the jiggly wigglies. Do not touch the jiggly wigglies. Dig in your pocket and hit this bucket to save the jiggly wigglies. Damn city of San Francisco gonna give these women tickets for indecent exposure, but they'll allow a damn homosexual to walk down the streets in San Francisco ass naked around children. Around children. Yes.
Did you concern the plans that they got for the territory?
Okay, brother, you fed it out. Could you repeat that, please?
Did you say something? Wasn't you saying something about what the plans that they have for that territory that the fires are in? Is something
Yes.
they want to do again?
Yes, the Olympics 2028.
Yes, because the agenda that they have is that the Olympics is going to Los Angeles in 2028, and that's 3 years from now. And keep in mind, as I recall, when I was living there in LA in 1984, it takes them about 2.5 to 3 years to go seize property, to use the power of eminent domain, to build up these Olympic sites. Is because the Olympics were spread all over Southern California. They were not just confined to Los Angeles County or the city of Los Angeles, because on the various events like rowing, the horsemanship competition, they had in the outskirts of LA County, even as far down as San Diego County and Orange County. You see what I mean? So who knows? Probably burning this. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. Sorry about you, sir.
Has anybody researched or looked at the comprehensive plan for those counties for the next 20 or 30 years?
No, sir. I haven't researched them, but I'm going to. Let me make a note of that.
Yes, the Olympics and the smart city would kind of go together, though, since they're talking about building a smart city right there anyway. So, hey, they're going to really lose anything, because the only one that will be able to afford to live there is the ones that whose houses got burned down. That's the funny part. All these movie stars got their houses burned down. They'll be the only ones that can afford to live in the smart city they're going to build. That must be put the Olympic Village right in the middle of it so they can watch it from their balcony. Yeah, man.
And keep in mind, too, if memory serves me correct, from 1984, just like what they did at the Paris Olympics, and I'm sure you're aware of this here too, Brother Che, is that the LAPD had sent like about a 25-man detail to Paris, okay, to start researching of security and what have you in the city of Los Angeles. See, so they're going to be breaking ground on these new additional places for the Olympics, I would say, man, before the summer months get here. Because it's going to take them every bit of 1.5 to 2 years to do it. Then they're going to spend like about another 6 months before the Olympiad, 2027, tail end of 2027, first part of 2028, of getting the security protocols in there. And guess what? I bet you dollars to donuts what they're going to have. You guessed it, the Google cars.
Yeah, in a smart city, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, you got me going in circles.
15-minute city. I remember them bringing that up when I was running for mayor in 2023 about making Denver a smart city.
Now, here's one for you. They're going to do the same thing with Sin City if they ain't doing it already, because they're getting ready to build a bullet train from Las Vegas to downtown Los Angeles. And them people who's getting ready to get on that bullet train from Las Vegas to LA, and if they ain't never been to LA before, they getting ready to get technologically mugged all the way.
Yeah.
Because I think the one-way ticket to LA is going to be like about $100, right?
Brother P was
already
when you get a chance.
Yes, sir. And they're already clearing ground here in the city of Las Vegas to start building it. Now, what's going to happen is they're going to tell people here, come to Las Vegas, pick up the bullet train, to go to LA. And then they're going to give them incentive to go off in these casinos to get knocked in the head by one-armed bandits. You know what I'm saying? So they're spending more money on that. And then they're supposed to get them into LA within 2 hours. And then that means that train, man, is going to have to be traveling every bit of 160 miles an hour. You see what I mean? Who knows, man? Maybe the Almighty might send another quake this way, before the Olympiad in 2028. Mm-hmm.
Find out what the full comprehensive plan for that area is for the next 20 years. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, brother.
The comprehensive plans for a territory or a city or a county, they lay those plans out for 20 or 30 years in the future. Somebody just said that they were running, but they know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay.
Brother Shay.
They plan or what they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it. What's it going to take to do it, what they got to do to get it done. So check that out, and that tells you exactly which way or how you should to put up a decent fight against it.
Okay. All righty. Here you go, brother. Glad you brought it up, man. It's right here first. News about comprehensive plans for Las Vegas to Los Angeles. High-speed rail 2025, a look at connecting California with Las Vegas. Okay. Brightline West is planning to build a high-speed passenger rail line between Las Vegas and the Los Angeles area. The 218-mile system will run zero emissions, fully electric trains capable of speeds to 200 miles per hour. Construction to begin. High-speed rail. Okay, rail spikes. Okay, now they want me to put these damn cookies in here, man. Them ain't bullshit. Rail spikes hammered. Bullet train being built from Sin City to Angeltown. A $12 billion passenger bullet train linking Vegas to Angeltown was dubbed the first true high-speed rail line in the nation on Monday, with the private company, now this is dated April 22nd, 2022, with the private company building is predicted millions of ticket buyers will be boarding trains by 2028. People have been dreaming of high-speed rail in America for decades, said U.S. Transportation Secretary Buttigieg before taking a stage with union representatives and company officials at the future site of a terminal to be built just south of the Las Vegas Strip. Now, guess what?
Hold up.
Just south of the Las Vegas Strip.
Wait a minute. Let me get this in, because this is important. Now you need to find out what are they going to build up around that railroad.
Okay. Educated guess is going to be more hotels, bars, probably have working girls over there, if you know what I mean. You see? Then they're going to stop. Then they're going to have a stop in Barstow, because anytime that you take a train from, passenger train from LA or Greyhound, they always stop in Barstow, like for about a couple of hours, And then, of course, as we all know, Barstow originally was built as a military time during World War II. That sits right out there in the middle of the desert. So you got Jake the Snake, scorpions, 115-degree heat. You know what I mean, out there.
One of the old Nazi training facilities got burnt to the ground. that they used to use in World War II.
Now here's the comprehensive plan tell you exactly what they plan to do around the railroad. Now, whoever this is that was running, they know what I'm talking about, and I don't know why they're not exposing that to you.
Right.
I'm assuming you're talking to me. Yeah, you're talking about the comprehensive plans. Each city has their own comprehensive plan, so you got to be more specific with what you're talking about. Because are you talking about LA?
Well,
are you talking about Vegas? Are you talking about city?
No. Well, here. Okay. Well, here's something here. Las Vegas just okayed. Gets okayed for $2.5 billion more in bonds. Okay, so what that means is that they're going to be selling bonds. Okay, so which means is the people are going to go buy the bonds. They're going to generate the revenue. Then they're going to have the people sit on the bonds. I think, if I'm not mistaken, oh shit, boy, it's been over 40 years since I've been to business class. Okay, so what's going to happen is that the people, if I got it right, repeat, if I got it right, I'm not the most brilliant person that there is. Hell, you know, actually, I think I'm one of the dumbest people that I know. And then they hold on to the bonds long term, and then they could negotiate it, borrow against it, put it in the bank when the bond matures, you see. And then they got a file photo of one of these bullet trains up here already, and they're going to call it Bright Line. Article here dated January 23rd, 2024. Wait a minute. Oh, last year. Okay, a proposed high-speed passenger train between Vegas and Southern California got another boost on Tuesday with the Biden administration approval to issue $2.5 billion in tax-exempt bonds for the $12 billion project. The announcement benefiting the Bright Line West project followed a $3 billion U.S. Department of Transportation grant in December and government authorization in 2020 for the company to sell $1 billion in similar bonds. Wait a minute. See, they already knew way back then, man, they was going to have the Olympics in 2028 before it was officially announced. And they're talking about doing the same daggone thing down there in Florida in the east, you know? Linking Miami to Orlando, Florida, you know?
See all them big money links too. You checking that? Oh, I'm checking that. I'm like, okay, you got the billionaires, their stuff burns down. Okay, and then they buy the city, okay, and then that goes straight to the city. Oh gosh, that is like believe, and they're probably going to have the one of them like super, super. Well, you know what they use, the magnetic instead of using whatever that other propulsion. Just use magnetic, and it'd be like, man, this thing will be flying 200 miles an hour. You know, underground and stuff. You won't even see them. We won't even be able to afford. You like, how much is it to get to Sin City? $3 million. Never mind, I'll drive.
Yeah, and then here, man, here's another last part of the article to support what you're saying, Lightning. The 218-mile Bright Line West project aims to whisk passengers at 186 miles per hour or more in electric trains on new tracks along the I-15 corridor, cutting in half a 4-hour freeway trip to Vegas in suburban San Bernardino County near Las Vegas.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Check this out. The last time I traveled to LA from Vegas, man, I did see them out there, man, with bulldozers and all that old type of stuff, man. So they're already starting to work on this.
That one, I think it's in China. The one I saw, but I mean, like, man, unbelievable speed. You know?
China or Japan. They don't want.
Okay, now here's something for you.
Japan, is it Japan?
Yeah, they got the bullet trains. Remember when when they
I'm talking about the new. I'm talking about that new one that don't. A lot of people don't even know about this joint. That new one, it's like magnetic or something. It's like supersonic. You know?
Yeah,
yeah, it's either in China or Japan, Dynamite.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's Japan.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was China, but it could be Japan.
Japan. It's Japan. Now,
Oh, it is.
planners and politicians says the project has all the required right-of-way and environmental approvals, along with labor agreements, and should help alleviate weekend and end of holiday travel traffic jams that often stretch for 15 miles on I-5 near the Nevada-California line. We was on the air one night, Brother Che, when we had old dumbass Sarge up there where you were in the studio, man, and I was on the highway.
Yeah.
And I was coming down the hill, and I said, hey, man, I'm looking at, not State Line, Nevada. Damn it, that's in Northern California, but Whiskey Pete's. Yeah, Whiskey Pete's. And then keep in mind, is that them hotels over there, they closed that one where little Sharice Iverson was killed in the 1990s. So already, you could best believe is that they're going to tear them down, get another one up. Okay, and that there's going to be the rest stop to get off into people's pockets. Well, we just crossed into California, have a drink, this, that, there, the other, step outside to smoke your bud, because in California, they decriminalized it. You see what I mean? Now,
just going to run along
Nevada.
In California and Las Vegas, out there where you're at, okay? When you buy property, does it come with it, or do you have to that a separate lien?
Okay, say that again, brother.
In California or in Nevada, where you're at in Las Vegas, when you buy property, a house, which is property, does the real estate, the land itself, does that come with it? Is that a separate thing?
I think it's a separate thing. Yeah, I would have to research it, but I think it's a separate thing. Now, here's something for you. You're going to love this here, Brother Che. Nevada United States Senator Jackie Rosen, a Democrat who has backed the project in Congress, says she expects the long-sought rail link will boost Nevada's tourism economy and create thousands of jobs while reducing traffic and pollution. No date has been announced for work to start, but officials said it might be operated by the Summer Olympics in Los Angeles in 2028. It ain't going to be no might be. They're going to have it up there to target that. It ain't no might.
Just him bringing that up.
We're going to create jobs. We're going to create jobs. And we don't see no job being created.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Lord, have mercy. Now I got hit with this damn cookie shit. Okay.
You might see a whole bill. Guess who the jobs they're talking about in that hotel? They're talking about janitors and maids and stuff of that nature. They're not talking about Silicon Valley jobs. They're not talking about creating business opportunities for other people. They're talking about jobs. You know what job stands for, right?
Enlighten me, brother.
Just over broke.
Yeah, sure you're right. That makes sense. Just over broke. Yep. Yeah, man.
We got to think through it. That's all, because I'm like chestnut checkers. It's like, okay, it's like they producing a Hollywood movie right now, and y'all and all of LA is co-starring in it. The poor folks is breathing all the smoke. I'm like, okay, if they really were there, right? You would see a line of limousines heading out of Los Angeles. You see a line of SUVs, black SUVs heading out of Los Angeles, but you don't see that. every now and then you see one of these forgotten stars. Maybe he was left there intentionally. He may piss somebody off, or maybe one of them ones. Yo, we forgot about him a long time ago. He just happened to make that money and got that spot, but he's not really important. Somebody got to go, you know. So, but we're like, you know, like the real, you know, people like Mel Gibson, for instance, right? He's really controversial. And it's like they might want to leave him there. They're like, don't tell me, you know, and say, but make sure Jack get the hell up out of there.
Okay,
So that,
and then we got some comments here in the chat room that I'm gonna read.
yeah, cause
Okay, Black Joe says, "Stay strapped or get clapped." Black Joe, especially in your Stand Your Ground administration. Black Joe says it's not substantiable, though. The California High-Speed Rail Authority plans to use solar power to power the high-speed rail system that will connect Angeltown to Boys Town, okay, which is Los Angeles and San Francisco. I call it Boys Town. The project will also include batteries to store energy, how it will work solar panels. The project will use 552 acres of solar panels to generate 44 megawatts of electricity. Batteries. The project will use batteries to store up to 62 megawatt hours of power. Train stations. The project will design train stations to produce more energy than they consume. Why it's important. The project is designed to be 100% renewable energy and reduce pollution. The project could be a model for future high-speed rail systems around the world. The project could help improve air quality and create jobs. The current state of electric cars show you the outcome. Lithium pollution, can't put fires out with water, and charging and energy storage isn't there without a technology breakthrough. Solid start graphene batteries is needed. Solid state. You know, he's making a correction here. Solid state. Lithium, old dirty technology, magnetic levitation trains.
that's what I was.
Maglev train is a train that uses electromagnets to levitate above a guideway, eliminating friction and allowing it to travel at high speeds. How it works, electromagnets. Superconducting electromagnets are cooled to extreme temperatures to increase their magnetic field. Guideway, the magnets interact with metallic loops in the guideways, concrete walls. Magnetic fields. The magnetic fields attract and repel each other, propelling the train forward. Electromagnetics, superconducting electromagnetics are cooled to extreme temperature to increase their magnetic field. Guideway. The magnets interweight.
You familiar with what that's saying? Magnetic. We're gonna be using magnetic power.
Yes, sir. Enlighten us.
What happens to the train if one section of the track gives out the magnetic field goes dead? What happens to the train?
I would imagine it would derail.
Bingo.
And then let's just say that when that train goes over there and that area out there gets hit with a quake.
It's definitely going to be real.
And I'm talking about, when I say quake, I ain't talking about no 2.5, I ain't talking about no 3.5, I'm talking about something 6.5 and higher.
No, just something lower. Let's say something lower, because all the quake got to do is just shake the track. That's all they got to do.
Right.
Track, just get loose.
But this is, they ain't gonna have no track on this stuff. It's gonna be like it's magnetic, so it's basically levitating, huh?
The track got to touch ground somewhere.
Yeah.
On pillars, or straight, flat on ground, but it's got to touch ground some kind of way.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if you have two magnets, next to each other, it would never touch it.
The track is not going to levitate in the air.
No, if the track is magnetic, and the train is magnetic, it would be impossible to touch it.
No, listen. Nobody's talking about touching it with your hands or your feet or none of that. We're talking about the track itself has to touch ground some kind of way.
Oh, yeah.
What you're dealing with. If you have a quake, that quake don't have to be but a 1.5. It can be under one. Oh. All it has to do is take that track loose somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He's right about that.
That's for sure.
Y'all, I was on the other computer.
Welcome,
Black Joe and Aston.
Okay, welcome. Okay, now, but brother does have a point right there. Is because if the thing hits a 4, okay, that's enough to do the job. If it hits a 4, which is relatively light. Now, when these damn quakes, man, hit 7 and 8 and 9, oh, it's waking you up. I lived through many of them. You know, I lived through the Silmar quake. I lived through the Northridge quake. I've lived through other quakes in the 80s. And I remember when I was working in this construction yard, a quake hit like at about 11 o'clock in the morning. And I literally saw the ground vibrate. It looked like waves at the ocean. You know what I mean? And what they did is at this place I was working at, they sent everybody home because they said, well, with the damn building right here, the city got to come and inspect it. And that could take 2 or 3 days. You see what I mean? Yeah, so not only is this here insane, this is crazy. Okay, and I believe, brother,
it helps to have a visual of what Brother Pete was talking about. So I'm gonna play a little video on what he was talking about with this train.
Right.
It's gonna be awkward.
And then I see we have 2 more guests here in the.
Yes, I just let them in. Welcome,
okay.
And Ashton.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, sister did say that Brother Ashton might be joining us. Okay, Brother Ashton, good evening to you there, sir. If you could hear me.
Oh,
yes, sir.
You might see
brother.
Black Power.
Yeah, that's Brother Ashton right there. And thank you, sir. And what we're talking about currently, Brother Ashton, is the situation in Southern California with these fires. And we just came to the conclusion, man, just to put it in a nutshell, that they pre-planned, man, you know what I mean? And they might have these satellites, you know, that's starting the fires. Then they're using a black mayor of Los Angeles, Sharon Bass, as a scapegoat. But the mayor of Los Angeles does not have any real power. She's just a figurehead, and the true power rests on the commissioners of the various city departments, such as the fire department, police department, Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. And Water and Power is going to be stealing a lot more of your water from the Colorado River, Brother Che. Send the ponies down there, man.
I ain't going to get no water. You keep talking that shit, Shabaka, they're going to cut your ass off. Gators ain't going to have shit. But I have this video.
No, they got to rebuild the team. They got to rebuild the team, man. They got to rebuild the team. Yeah, so what it is people, is that this is dangerous. Superconducting materials to achieve levitation. A material needs to be cooled to a temperature close to absolute zero, causing it to become a superconductor, which is the key factor in the process. Messner effect. When a superconductor is placed in a magnetic field, it expels the magnetic field from its interior, creating a repulsive force that allows levitation.
Yeah, Shabaka, I got the video up on the screen right now. I was going to play exactly what it is.
Yeah, please do.
Is one of the world's rarest technologies, a 43-kilometer long magnetic levitation train track. which will eventually become part of the world's first intercity maglev train, connecting Tokyo and Osaka. With the power of superconducting magnets, these trains hover a mere 10 centimeters above their track, while pummeling along at a mind-boggling speed of 500 kilometers per hour.
Wow.
With no physical contact with the track, they can operate in any weather condition and have lower maintenance costs due to reduced friction and fewer moving parts. Despite the advantages of maglev trains over traditional high-speed trains, the only commercial high-speed maglev line currently in operation is just 30 kilometers long, connecting Shanghai Airport to its city, a journey the train makes in only 8 minutes. But a track this short largely defeats the advantage of high-speed maglev. By the time the train gets up to speed, it needs to slow down again. A 30-kilometer long journey in 8 minutes actually equates to an average speed of 225 kilometers per hour, slower than the top speed of conventional high-speed rail. The planned future network of high-speed maglev trains is just 400 kilometers long, and it pales in comparison to the extensive network of 60,000 kilometers of regular high-speed train tracks already in place around the world, with an additional 50,000 kilometers under construction. Why is this gap so large? Let's delve deeper into how maglev trains work and explore the reasons behind their restricted deployment.
Wow. Okay, 500 kilometers per
we have
hour
two
equals
primary methods of
310
levitating
miles.
a train. We can pull the train up using attractive forces or push the train upward using repulsive forces. The pulling approach involves a combination of a magnetic iron rail and an electromagnet that uses attractive forces to raise the body of the train. This is an active system where the gap between the rail and the magnet is crucial, as the strength of the attractive force decreases with the square of the distance, meaning the train needs active controls and feedback loops to ensure that these gaps stay between 8 and 12 millimeters. If the train begins to drop, the magnetic force holding it up will quickly weaken, causing it to fall even further. It's an unstable configuration. These types of trains are referred to as electromagnetic suspension trains. This is the system the 30-kilometer line in Shanghai uses. Japan opted to use a different system, with a more significant gap of 10 centimeters between the track and train, 8 times greater than the gap for electromagnetic suspension, while also providing a passively stable method of levitation, a vital property to have in the earthquake-prone region. In this approach, magnets on board the train interact with passive coils on the track. As the train moves over these coils, they experience a changing magnetic field, which generates the opposing field that lifts the train upward. If the train is stationary on top of the coils, there is no change in the magnetic field. So, this dynamic system only works when the train is already going fast. The trains have wheels that drop down when the train is slowing down, but flip into the carriage when they reach 100 kilometers per hour. In order to achieve a stable position on the track, the north and south poles are arranged vertically on the sides of the track. The magnets are formed from coils of wire arranged in a figure-8 pattern. A south pole points up on one side, while the north pole points up on the other. If the train were to drop slightly or move sideways, the magnets on the train induce currents on the opposite coils, generating a stronger magnetic field, which pushes the train back to the midpoint of the figure-8 shapes. This dynamic system is forgiving, with the 10-centimeter gaps between the track and the train naturally maintained with no need for complex control inputs. However, the Japanese maglev train, called LO, will be the first of its kind. These trains, known as SC maglevs, need superconducting coils to generate the extremely powerful permanent magnetic field on the train. These are the coils that induce the changing magnetic field and allow the train to levitate in a stable configuration. These coils, located on each side of the carriage, must be maintained below their critical temperature to ensure their currents flow without resistance. The niobium titanium coils are cooled using liquid helium and placed inside a container that is cooled by liquid nitrogen. The coils are cooled using a pulse tube refrigerator, which uses sound waves to cool the helium. The same type of refrigeration cycle that the James Webb Telescope is using to keep its infrared sensors cold enough to detect even the faintest infrared heat radiation from the distant past. A sound wave is just a pressure wave, and pressure and temperature are directly proportional. Higher pressure will cause higher temperature. We can take advantage of this by creating a standing wave, where the peaks and troughs of the wave are stationary. We can do this in a closed tube, where the resonant frequency of the tube is determined by the tube's length. Here, the sound wave will bounce off the closed end and create a region of compression and high pressure, and therefore high temperature. We can now place a stack that spans this hot region at the end of the tube to the cold region at the center. Now, if we place a heat exchanger on either end of the stack, we can now transfer the heat to a radiator, and the cold side will conduct heat away from the superconducting coils, keeping them cold. There are 8 of these coils per car, with 4 on each side. However, having a magnetic field strength of this magnitude right next to the passengers and traveling by at half the speed of sound could cause some serious problems. Ferrous objects aren't allowed anywhere near MRI machines. The engineers needed to find a way to ensure the magnetic field did not extend into the passenger's cabin or far away from the train. We can't block magnetic fields, but we can redirect them. In the same way we can conduct electricity to where we want it to go using copper wires. Where we use the ease of passage for an electric current with resistance, we measure the ease of passage for a magnetic field with reluctance. Where copper has a low resistance, iron has a low reluctance. We can use electric steel shielding to divert the magnetic field away from the cabin and stations.
Wow.
Electric steel contains 3% silicon and is post-processed to produce large crystal grains aligned in a specific direction, which is controlled by a cold rolling process. The grain-oriented electric steel can carry about 30% more magnetic flux in this direction, allowing engineers to direct the magnetic flux in the desired direction. However, this shield is heavy, so we want to use as little of it as possible. Luckily, we can also tailor the magnetic field shape through careful design of the magnets themselves. If we place 2 parallel magnets like this, north poles aligned horizontally, the magnetic flux lines would run parallel to the magnets and be denser between the magnets. However, if we flip one of them, the magnetic flux lines connect up and create a kind of bubble in between them. The magnetic field will be weaker in this location. This is how we arrange the coils on either side of the cabin. There are 4 sets of coils on each side, so we also need to flip the magnets so the north and south poles are facing each other. This creates a low magnetic field bubble through the corridors. With the use of shielding, the field strength is reduced to only 0.5 millitesla, almost equivalent to the Earth's magnetic field. Of course, near the magnets, the field strength is unavoidably high, and this prevents us from using certain materials in those areas. The tracks, for example, need to be constructed from low magnetic steel or fiber-reinforced composites. But how does a levitating train propel itself if it's not touching the ground? For a conventional rail, we just apply a torque to the wheels that will push off against the ground. Wheels are actually a bit of a middleman in the development of torque. Many trains already use electric motors to turn their wheels. The electric motors use electromagnetic force to turn a shaft. What if we could take the same motor and unwrap it? This is called a linear motor, where alternating coils attract and repel the train with precise timing. To brake, the trains can use this system in reverse. This is regenerative braking. Since electrodynamic systems don't work at low speed, they also have brakes for their wheels. The trains also feature an air brake that can slow the train down very effectively at top speeds. There is one other challenge when dealing with contactless trains. How do they get electricity? For lower speed maglev systems, they use a low friction third rail, common in metro systems, to bring electricity to the trains. But as speeds get higher, this isn't practical, as it defeats the purpose of reducing friction in the rails. Some early versions of the Japanese-style electrodynamic system actually had a gas turbine on board to provide power, but it now uses a linear induction coil to collect power from the changing magnetic field from the guiding coils. This does create a magnetic drag force, but it's more effective than carrying a large generator on board. The Japanese line is set to be the first long-distance, high-speed maglev train. Its first phase, covering 285 kilometers, will connect Tokyo to Nagoya and is scheduled to open by 2027. The second phase, which will complete the remaining 438 kilometers to Osaka, is expected to be completed a decade later. So why is Japan pursuing this futuristic technology? Japan has long been at the forefront of train technology. After opening their Tokyo to Osaka Shinkansen line in 1964, the world's first high-speed train, they immediately began exploring ways to reduce the 4-hour journey to under 1 hour. Starting in the 1970s, Japan Airways and the Japanese Central Rail Station constructed a 7-kilometer testing track here in Miyazaki. They began with prototypes of trains that could reach speeds of 60 kilometers per hour in 1972, and by 1975, they had developed trains capable of reaching up to 411 kilometers per hour. As the Miyazaki test track became too short, the Yamanashi test track began construction in 1990. This 20-kilometer test track is conveniently located between the cities of Tokyo and Nagoya, along the route of the upcoming new maglev line.
This will not work in a terrorist environment.
From a prototype to a fully functional train, capable of carrying 700 passengers in 12 cars at speeds of up to 500 kilometers per hour. But high-speed maglev trains are more than just a science experiment. They are an efficient and super-fast way to move people. Building these trains is more than just an engineering challenge.
Now,
it's also
what kind of
an
effect
economic challenge
will the
where they
G-forces have on the human body on these trains?
Other types of trains. When maglevs are brought up in the US, the idea of traveling between New York and LA in 7 hours is often used as a statement of its potential. It's the very first line on the US Department of Energy's own website. But a track of this length makes little economic sense. If we plot the travel time for trains, planes, and cars between, say, San Francisco and LA, two large population centers within a reasonable driving distance, this is what it looks like. Trains are outright the best option.
And then when a damn earthquake comes,
airports are usually located far outside the city, and security wait times increase the length of the journey. A high-speed train will save passengers time, and in turn, make an economy more productive. A reduction of travel time of 2 hours for 900 passengers
impact of high speed as train
hours,
speeds increase, so does the friction force at the wheel-rail interface, which can lead to excessive wear on both the wheels and rails if not properly managed.
800 kilometers apart,
friction management strategy.
DC to New York
Specialized
in
rail
just 60
profiles.
minutes. This map shows the potential
Designing
economically
rail
viable high-speed rail
optimize
connections
contact with the
in
wheels
the US.
and minimize friction-induced
Unfortunately,
wear.
as it stands, the US
Brake
is
pad
not investing
materials.
much in high-speed
Selecting
rail,
brake
and
pad
maglev
materials
systems
with
are even
appropriate
harder to
friction
build. They
coefficients
require
for
completely
efficient
new tracks
braking at
that
high
need
speeds.
electromagnetic coils along the
Okay,
entire
yoked
length,
up. You won a
and
weightlifting contest
specialized
in
material
Japan in the
not
90s.
affected
All
with
right.
incredibly strong magnetic fields passing by them at 500 kilometers per hour. The Japanese line that will connect Tokyo to Nagoya recently had a price increase to $13.7 billion. Maglevs are between 10 and 50 times more expensive than high-speed rail. The incredibly successful French high-speed rail, the TGV, built in the 80s and 90s, cost $2 million per kilometer. The first stage of the Japanese line is set to cost $77 million per kilometer. Even when compared to the same route from Tokyo to Osaka via high-speed rail, the maglev system will cost 11.3 times more per kilometer. That is a large price to pay to reduce the travel time by 1 hour. The Tokyo to Nagoya line is taking a more direct route through mountainous terrain. A staggering 86% of the track will be underground. Tunneling over 200 kilometers significantly increases costs. Interestingly, this also leads to increased operational expenses. When the train travels in open air at speeds of 500 kilometers per hour, the unobstructed air simply moves aside. However, when traveling through a tunnel, the air has no escape route. This creates additional drag, which in turn increases the force required to propel the train forward. The energy usage of the new line will be 30% higher compared to the existing Tokyo to Osaka line. But that's still vastly better than flying. For now, I don't see maglev technology being used beyond some special projects like this. The radical increase in costs simply do not justify the increases in top speed over conventional high-speed rail. And it's beyond imagination for the US, where we are struggling to get regular rail service, even in places uniquely suited to it, like the Texas Triangle, for high-population cities located in a triangle with only the hellscape of interstate highways connecting them. With the recent
Houston,
speculation
San
about the
Antonio,
potential
Fort
of
Worth.
room temperature superconductors, a technology that would make maglev trains vastly easier to build, interest online in superconductor technologies is higher than ever. But a lot of it is unintuitive, and actually understanding how magnetic fields work is a fantastic tool in an engineer's arsenal. So many of our most important technologies depend on this physical phenomenon. But you don't have to pay for a whole university-level course to understand the fundamentals. Free way you can learn about magnetism and electricity with this fantastic course on Brilliant. You can find this and tons of other courses on Brilliant, including one of their new courses, Predicting with Probability. Understanding probability and applying it to everyday situations is a great career tool, but also just an everyday common sense tool to help you navigate daily decisions. I highly recommend taking this course. Brilliant makes learning easy with fun, interactive courses that really succeed in getting you that dopamine rush as they test your knowledge along the way. They have a fantastic mobile app so you can learn on the go too. Brilliant has thousands of other lessons too: AI, data science, neural networks, and even our very own partnered real engineering course. You can get access to that course right now and all of Brilliant's other curated interactive courses by going to brilliant.org/real engineering or by clicking the link in the description. You can get
on this. I'm going to read some comments in here. A high-speed rail in California would be devastating in the case of a terrorist derailment. Japanese honor allows them to successfully have a maglev. Only real efficient power source really is nuclear, like military ships. Now, nuclear energy is unstable. Easy target, even for a teenager. A typical person can withstand around 4 to 5 G-forces before experiencing discomfort or losing consciousness, while trained pilots with special suits can tolerate up to 9 G-forces for brief periods due to their training and equipment. However, sustained high G-forces beyond 6 G can be fatal.
Oh, yeah, turn your TV down, Brother Pete. It's coming through. Your TV in the background is coming through. You need to turn it down.
A 100-mile-an-hour crash can generate anywhere between 50 to 100 Gs, depending on the angle of impact. Right. The type of vehicle and the surface that hits with a typical average crash at this speed likely experiencing around 60 Gs. However, it's important to remember that the exact G-force can vary greatly depending on the specific circumstances of the crash. 300 miles per hour crash equals human pudding. Stay strapped or get clapped. Man, this stuff is diabolical, man.
I don't think you.
Trying to get it in for the past time, you just sitting there allowing it instead of speaking up and letting them know. Okay, thank you for your help. All right.
No, he finally brought us up.
At the beginning of the video, or the beginning of what was being said in the video, how many mechanics do we have online now that are in this platform? Because if you're a mechanic,
okay, I'm not a mechanic. I barely know how to change spark plugs.
Okay, well, if you know anything about cars, what I'm about to say, you know the truth. A coil, when it started talking about the coils spin rapidly. Okay?
Yes.
The alternator in your car is a coil. The exact same coil that they talking about using for this train. Your alternator failed. Okay. This is the part they're not saying. They're making it sound all gravy and all good and all. But if you know anything about electrical parts, a coil holds electricity. Coils.
Okay.
Okay. So I mean, they didn't tell you that. They make it sound like it's forever when it's not. All they got to do is put it back, and everything is gravy. You'll never have to do it. You never have to worry about it. That's not true.
Right, because coils fry.
Coil
on that there, brother, that coils fry.
Alternator in your car, the alternator in your car is a coil.
Right.
Somebody please tell me if they got a car where alternator does not go bad. Please tell me so we can make some money.
Brother, glad you brought that up because Matt, Dr. D, and I, may he rest in power, him and I had the same kind of car, okay, back in the early 80s, and both those cars went down, and they had the exact same problem, the alternator.
Yep. The alternator is a coil. That's all it is. Electric. When you start your car by your battery. But once your car starts, your battery disconnects. Everything runs on your alternator. And if your alternator go bad, your car ain't gonna start. It ain't gonna go nowhere. It's gonna stop in the middle of the street. It's gonna be stuck out there trying to figure out what happened to your car. Your alternator went bad.
Yep, I had that happen to one of my cars.
Yep. This is very, very dangerous. You see, because what it is that these individuals are motivated by greed for profit as opposed to the public safety. That's it.
All right, so what I got on the screen now, Shabaka, is the train that they plan on building from Las Vegas to LA, or in this case, Rancho Cucamonga.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Will create 35,000 construction.
Yeah, that was LA right there. I watched them build all of that.
Is planning to build a $12 billion high-speed rail line between Las Vegas and LA. Building off its first line in Florida, Brightline West will stretch 351 kilometers between Las Vegas and Rancho Cucamonga,
and then, if I may say,
drive to only 2 hours 10 minutes. The
line Florida doesn't have earthquakes.
Metrolink, transporting passengers.
It has hurricanes.
The project will create 35,000 construction.
LA doesn't have the hurricanes, but it's got earthquakes. So you telling me that if any natural disaster happens in both of these environments from the hurricane, where water is going everywhere, which is one of the best conductors of electricity, that could literally fry people standing in the water, and then out here in the West, damn quake derails this damn thing, and all this lithium, man, is going into the environmental contamination.
Both sides, you gotta pay attention. Both sides, the West Coast and the East Coast, have one thing in common, and that's floods.
Yep, that's right.
If you have an offshore earthquake that causes a flood, tsunami.
Yep, that's right. Because up there by Fisherman's Wharf, up there in SF, right by the Golden Gate Bridge, they got all these huge signs about a tsunami warning. So let's say if a 12.5 quake hits in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California, man, about 12 miles out, tsunami's coming into the Bay Area.
Yeah, so they already started construction on this.
Yeah. And what I'm going to try to do, Brother Chad, I'm going to try to get some footage on it, man. I just
joining a tradition that goes back
it is out here.
It's official. Construction on a new high-speed rail from Southern California to Las Vegas has begun.
NBC4's Bailey Miller live in Rancho Cucamonga right now, where the line will begin for travelers from Southern California. Bailey.
Hey, Vegas today, but where will construction end? Right here in Rancho Cucamonga. 30,000 people are projected to ride this high-speed rail every single day. 10 million people per year. So this is a very exciting announcement for people who drive from Vegas to Southern California and back often.
Disaster in the making.
3, 2, 1, go Bright
Yeah, and when it messes
Today,
up
the
every last
groundbreaking
damn
for the
one of you
$12
people
billion
belong in
high-speed
jail.
passenger rail line between Las Vegas and Southern California.
An estimated 10 million people will one day ride this line yearly, sitting comfortably on a new train, looking out the window at the Angeles National Forest, the Mojave National Preserve, and joining a tradition that goes back through human history and prehistory.
Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg making the announcement in Las Vegas that Brightline West aims to lay 218 miles of new track between a terminal on the Las Vegas Strip and Rancho Cucamonga with a station stop in Victorville. The project will be built along Interstate 15.
Candidly, I have never heard a stretch of interstate described as a parking lot more often than the I-15 corridor if you're on it at the wrong time.
And because of this, project organizers say that won't be the case anymore. Brightline West says the electric-powered trains will cut the 4-hour trip across the Mojave Desert to a little more than 2 hours, as the train will travel at a speed of 186 miles per hour. The trains will offer restrooms, Wi-Fi, beverage sales, and a place to check luggage. But according to Buttigieg, there are plenty of other perks, too, that all will benefit from, as it's being touted as one of the greenest forms of transportation in the country with a zero-emission system.
There'll be a million fewer cars stuck in traffic, so even if you don't use it, you'll be benefiting from the people who do.
Now, Buttigieg also talking about how I-15 is such an important freight route that reduced congestion is only going to help America's supply chain. Now, when will all of this be done? The tentative goal is by 2028, before the LA Olympic Games. Reporting live here in...
Did y'all hear that bullshit?
Yes, sir. And it is bullshit. This is dangerous. Okay, this is extremely dangerous, and I won't be riding on this damn thing because I'll be 71, 72 years old at that time, man. I'm not riding it.
Did y'all hear the bullshit? How?
Yes, sir. Enlighten us, Elder.
You're going to benefit from somebody else using the rail system. That's like telling me that I'm going to eat well because you bought a steak.
Yeah. Yeah. This is diabolical. And guess what else is going to happen too, people? When it comes to the hazardous duty of constructing this damn thing, I'm willing to bet my last $2 I got here in my piggy bank is that they're going to be going to the inmates, man, to do the hazardous duty like they're doing that fire out there in Pacific Palisades.
Well, all I can tell you is, one, that's a disaster waiting to happen. Two, find out what the comprehensive plan for the area is. What are they planning to do with all that land in between those tracks, between those destinations? Okay, because they plan to build probably what they plan to do to that place out there. You said that there's going to be an all AI city.
Yes, sir.
Then find out what that comprehensive plan is. Okay, I'm looking about the people that got burnt out there, the millionaires and billionaires that got burnt out. They're going to give them some kind of option as to whether they want to get compensated for that burnout, or whether they some kind of stop in what they plan to do with that area.
Now that's connecting the dots right there, brother, for real. You connected some serious dots right there.
Hey, can I do something real?
Interject real quick.
Shabaka.
Yeah.
We are, if this was Blog Talk Radio, we would be in severe overtime. We're making our closing statements because we already at the 3-hour mark.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right, so we're going to start our closing comments on this right here. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here for this special edition of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced via StreamYard. Okay, this is diabolical, and I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts as that what they're going to do is when a duty gets hazardous, they're going to go get black inmates from Tehachapi to come out there and work this project. Because you got a slammer up there in Tehachapi, California. Right out in the middle of Death Valley. This is bad. Real bad. But they telling you this is all in the name of progress. And I yield. That's my closing comment. Okay, Brother Che, if you please take us through the remaining.
Is that your closing comment on the dump regime? Because that's what we was originally talking about.
Yes, sir, because it's the dump regime that's going to be behind this, and they're going to benefit greatly from it.
All right. We'll see, Shabaka. We will see.
Okay, and I'm muted.
Pete or Dynamite, what is your closing statements? Are they still with us?
Because I see 5 icons up here.
Oh, he dropped off.
Okay, Pete dropped off?
Him and Dynamite dropped off.
Okay, all right, for the remainder of our guests, your closing comments, please. I'm on mute.
Black Joe or Aston, what is your closing statements?
Make sure you have water purification and air purification and heirloom seeds and protect yourself by all costs. That's all power to the people.
Yes, sir. Black power.
Always.
All right, Aston, what is your closing statement?
Well, all I can say right now is that I was listening because there's a lot that I'm learning because I knew basically nothing about what you're talking about. So I was learning about, what you're saying, the science of it. So it was very interesting to learn the science and get the feedback on it because it's something I never even considered, never even knew was going on. So I appreciated the knowledge I got.
Oh, you're welcome, Brother Aston. You're always welcome to come join us. We go live about 4 times a week now?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so make sure you like and subscribe to Front Line Blacc News. I guess I'll call.
And then I want to say too, Brother Che, if I may say, and then I'm going to yield and mute myself out. If we disagree, people, please let us disagree agreeably.
Okay, Shabaka. So we're going from one regime to another regime. Like I said earlier, I hope we take advantage of this opportunity for us to build as a people and get our ish together, because what we are in the process of doing, Black family, is nation building. We are a nation within a nation, and we are delineating. We're not going for the just because you Black like me, you're a fellow brother or sister in the struggle. Nah, because all skin folk is not kinfolk. We're gonna build with those that's like-minded, like us, that's Black first, that's on Black liberation first, and later for the coons, later for the raccoons, later for the tethers, later for the racist white supremacists. We've been at war, Black family. We've been at war for 500 years. It's about time we start waging back. So I see this dump regime coming in as a plus to get us motivated to fight against the open, true enemy, this beast, and their systematic system that is keeping us in our position at the bottom. As for this higher rail, we don't know what could happen.
And now we got a comment right here, Brother Che, not cutting your wisdom, brother. But track damage, high friction can contribute to track corrugation, wave-like patterns in the rail. Yeah, let a quake hit, man, with them wave-like patterns in the rail. That daggone thing is turning over, blowing up. This is dangerous.
Welcome back, Dynamite. We're giving our closing statements. I was just going to close it out, but go ahead. What is your closing statement? You and Brother Pete.
Hello?
Yes, Brother Pete. Are you
Yeah, go right ahead, brother.
Yeah, it was said earlier that they are going to be using zero temperatures in order to cool the track.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I don't want to be misleading or misleading.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
That's what I heard.
Zero. They were saying they're going to have to cool it down to absolute zero, which is
the absolute zero
number in Kelvin.
Shabaka, I don't know where these other brothers are at, or other brothers and sisters are at, but you out there in that desert, okay?
Yes, sir.
You know what zero temperatures will do at 125 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's going to shatter it. It's going to shatter it. It's like taking a glass, putting it in your refrigerator, and
if it don't shatter, if it don't shatter it, it's going to warp it.
Yep.
Joe
but that's going to come through derailments.
Apparently, Black Joe was out where you at, Shabaka, or a similar desert. He said he's out in the desert too. Or wait.
Oh, okay.
In a desert though. So absolute zero. I misunderstood what he said in the private chat. He said in a desert though. I thought he said he was in the desert. All right. Go ahead, Brother Pete. Finish your thought.
That was it. If it doesn't shatter the track, it's going to warp the track.
Right.
You got two extreme temperatures trying to move each other at the same time. What happens?
Right. It's going to shatter. It's going to cause a rupture.
It sounds like nitrous.
Yeah. So,
it sounds like a NOx tank to me. You got a race car and hit that NOS, boom, you know? They know what they're doing. I had a well, I don't know if this is just a great idea or an epiphany. I've been saying all along when we first started looking for the reparations that they'll start a war. They'll burn the whole city down before they give us any money. Ooh, that happened. Oh, by the way, they canceled. They denied all those people that fire insurance. Correct. So they get to go back and sue them for the for all the reparations money. So when the smoke clears and say, okay, let's get back to the reparations. Oh, the money we were gonna give y'all, man, you know we had to do that for the fire. That's so funny. And now look here. Not only that, the people that all those millionaires, billionaires, whatever, they already millionaires, and when they sue the city for not giving their fire.
We lost Dynamite.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah, you faded out, Lightning.
They're going to be the only ones that can afford that fart city. But one thing I'm thinking is just like I said from the very beginning of the reparations hearings and everything, that they're going to find a way to say, wait a minute, hold up, there's a war going on. Say, no, in this case, they're like the city's burning to the ground. We ain't got time to talk about that right now. Don't you think?
Exactly. Now, here in the chat room, now let me read this here in the chat room, y'all. Aaron Brokerich. Remember Aaron Brokerich, Brother Chad? That there happened out in your neck of the woods. Was it a true story behind Eric Breckenridge, Pacific Gas and Electric litigation in '93, which is PG&E? Brokerich became a whistleblower when she spoke out against P&G after finding widespread unexplained illnesses in the town of Hinckley, California. She became instrumental in suing the utility company on behalf of the town. And if I'm not mistaken, Hinckley, California, man, is up there around or near the Sierra Nevadas, but I'm not sure. Okay, she says, yeah, that led to the 2018 campfire. She also urged California lawmakers to hold PG&E accountable for its roles in the wildfire cleanup. PG&E has implemented cleanup processes, including injecting a water ethanol mixture into the ground and using alfalfa plant to convert chromium-6 to chromium-3. Man, this stuff got cancer written all over it. However, some residents still fear dirty water and question.
And Brother Dynamite the opportunity to give their closing statements. Have y'all given y'all closing statements? Because we've gone past time for what we usually do for Shabaka'S Blacc.
Yeah, and that's my closing statement.
Mine as well. Let's get our reparations.
Right, by any means necessary.
Yeah. Okay. And California is the perpetual victim of its leadership like Africa. According to current scientific consensus, there is no consistent evidence that electromagnetic interference, particularly from sources like power lines or everyday electronics, causes cancer, like cell phones, microwave ovens. However, some studies have suggested a possible link between exposure to low-frequency magnetic fields and a slightly increased risk of childhood leukemia. Through this association is not definitely proven and remains highly controversial due to inconsistent findings across research.
Yeah, but I was telling you that back when the 5G towers was getting introduced, Rocket, and we was boycotting the 5G towers, but that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother time. Just know that we at war, but they're using everything and anything against us. So it's time we start getting back. So thank y'all for tuning in to season 9, episode 47 of the Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Plans in conjunction with the Front Line Blacc News. Join us this Friday for Grand Rises with Shabaka and the Trades. Also going to be on StreamYard, YouTube, Front Line Blacc News. And like I said, we're doing an RBU sometime. So make sure y'all stay for that. In the meantime, make sure y'all like and subscribe to all of our platforms, Front Line News on YouTube and Facebook, the Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook, and Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced on Facebook and Twitter now. So peace, love, light, reparations, and Black empowerment. Appreciate everybody that tapped in tonight, even you punk ass trolls. See y'all on Friday for Grand Rising.
And we thank our trolls. And the reason why we thank our trolls is because we love your damn ignorance. It really makes our day. Thank you, trolls. Keep up the great work. You clowns really are appreciated.
Somewhere there's a room full of billionaires looking at each other and said, you know, he was right, right? And then they're going to say, 100 people saw him, and 1,000 people saw him. They went viral, shadow ban their asses.
What they've been doing, what they've been doing, man. They've been doing that bullshit to us, man, for the last 2.5 fucking years, Lightning.
They've been doing that. We used to it. We come to expect it at this point. But thank y'all for tapping in. We appreciate y'all. When is Black Power Media going on? Black Power Radio.
Oh yeah, Saturday, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Join me, Black on the Black Ocean Lion. You got Rock with it, brother, and then Black Power Radio Sunday and Monday. There you go.
Okay.
Black Power.
Alrighty.
But just saying, if when it go viral, that's when they start worrying. So let everybody share. Well, follow. What is it? Follow.
Front Line Blacc News.
Follow, share, and like the broadcast so everybody will get the word before they try to do whatever they think they can do. Very good.
Thank y'all for joining Frontline Black News. Okay. So what I got to do is save data, ladies and gentlemen. So this is Shabaka Sankoy for Frontline Black News, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. We're finding another platform, so please be patient with us. And also, too, people out there, if you can make some donations to us, it will be greatly, greatly appreciated so we can keep it going, you know. And then I will be getting with Brother Che. Okay, and we will list all of the accounting, and we will be kicking out the what's that there, Brother Che? The donation sheets, so that people can see where their money is going. Unlike these unscrupulous platforms that you got out here.
They talk spreadsheets, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that part, and we'll be more than happy to post them. You know what I mean?
Yep, we're very transparent over here. All right.
Absolutely. All right. So I'm bidding everybody a good night from Sin City, folks.
All right. Good night.
I'm out.
Thank you for joining us.
All right. Okay.
Thanks,
Thank you for having me. All right. Black Power.
Black powerful.